What's happening? What's happening? Critical Eeks down again. Woo! It has been not a long time, and yet far too long. Hope the meantime has been nice. Grab yourself a beverage. Because unlike the last Critical Eeks level, which is what we call our episodes here, unlike the last Critical Eeks level, we're going to be reviewing a stand-up comedy special. Yeah, Timmy No Breaks made me guilty of false advertisement last ep. Totally fine. It was just because it's satire, bro. You just don't get it. It's high-level character work. So, Timmy No Breaks aside, who, I'm sure you're asking, are we covering today? Of all the many people that exist within the Rogan sphere, and also you probably just read his name in the title, let's hear it for Akaash Singh. Akaash, come on down. Damn, I can't take the come on down. It's not a talk show. It's just doing a quick bit. Didn't mean to steal anything from anybody. Akaash Singh. Now you might be recognizing him from everybody covering his girlfriend saying some pretty wild shit. Which, if I'm honest, is the extent of that story. His wife, actually, excuse me, would you? His wife has a podcast, or went on some podcasts, and was talking about all kinds of how her money is her money and his money is her money or something. Like, so, you know, that's pretty shitty. You wouldn't want, you know, one would seldom want their significant other going public and talking about how little they respect them. I get that. However, the internet kind of lost its shit over that. It was this only a month or so ago. The internet, can you believe, I said this on Critical Eeks, but can you believe his wife is cucking him so hard? And comedian's wife ruins his reputation. That just feels so much to me like, again, we used to have some of the most interesting news in all of entertainment. And now, people like our first presenter, they've just really latched onto it. And they are kind of reporting on it like it's some developing story. Now, this does present a little bit of extra information, but for a little bit of background on Akaash before we jump into his special, like I like to do, let's get a little backstory for this character.
This is the moment I learned I love my wife more than she loves me.
So this is apparently from the special we're about to watch, but it's just a clip, don't worry.
And that hurts.
Oh shit, you can see the tags on these videos? That's fucking embarrassing. Excuse me.
Sometimes the internet has a hard time understanding unconventional relationships. Okay? And they jump to conclusions about certain things.
Uh-oh. I think that's literally what I do. Sorry, I had to turn off the fan. I don't know if you noticed the de-esser happening there. But probably sounds a little crispier now.
Okay, Diddy, Cassie, other people, maybe on this podcast. You don't know anything.
Okay, so this is Flagrant 2, I think is the official name. I'm not a big follower, but, you know, Schultz catches a lot of heat online. He's got kind of a big, loud style. He does the like fake laugh thing. He also he's caught a lot of shit for thinking he's more of a political commentator and sort of gearing the show to be that way. The general consensus online is that people really don't like Andrew Schulz. I personally don't know enough about him to agree. As far as where I'm sitting, I don't know. I don't mind a narcissist, as we covered in the last level.
Jury selection must
Can
have
you
been
not
fire.
compare?
Welcome back. Appreciate you joining again.
Sorry, exactly. You're Cassie. Yeah, you are 100% Cassie.
I think Cassie might be the woman from that video of Sean Combs beating the hell out of that woman. I think that might be Cassie.
All right, so it appears that
Oh, it's our boy! Yeah. I get so excited when I listen to American Redact.
Akaash Singh's soul has officially left
Is that like a play on American Rejects? Are you my dirty little secret, Redact?
his body recently, because it seems that he's just
Who has to know?
now starting to realize that no one's ever gonna forget the brutal humiliation ritual that his wife performed on him last month.
Sure, it was his wife, but a really big part of that was you, Redact. You've got 102.6K subscribers. You're huge now. And the thing is, it wasn't even just because I saw this get covered by, I think, Internet Anarchist stole somebody's script for it allegedly. I want to say I saw Patrick CC covering it. Like, this breached from comedy drama coverage, channels that traditionally cover that, into other, like Jamari was covering it, the tan Superman as he calls himself,
Which happened to go so massively viral that now every single comment section under anything he does online is just flooded with people clowning on him and his wife.
Yeah, and I guess that's true. And maybe because we're starved for things to talk about here in this area of the world, maybe that's why it's like it popped so big. Because I, to this day, am wondering, like, what does everyone think is so interesting about that? Because, like, she said that she was a virgin. That's, like, his biggest thing, and I'm spoiling things here a little bit, but that's, like, his biggest claim, is, like, his wife made him think that they were both virgins. And, like, yeah, within the confines of, like, the context of their relationship and the confines of their own closed doors, so to speak, yeah, that's a big deal, I imagine, like, but why are we paying such close attention to it? Like, what about this? Oh, right, because you need to get something out every week. Yeah.
So as a result of that, he's now become a hollow shell of his former self.
You see what I mean about reaching? I mean, that's maybe not reaching, but it is at best florid. That's a little bit, it's a bit of an exaggeration. A shot, what did he call him?
Wife. So as a result of that, he's now become a hollow shell of his former self.
A hollow shell of his former self. Don't get me wrong. I like a good, strong, poetic prose where it's appropriate, but only if it's accurately describing the thing. Sure, this picture that he's got is, Akaash kind of like, he does look dead in this screenshot, but, like, that's easy to do. Not to you, though, Redact. You've got an Anon thing going on. Fan art, my American Redact fan art. Cost me money.
Even his fake laugh doesn't sound the same anymore.
Weapon!
So he's, like, really well known for, like, being the sidekick to Andrew Schulz on Flagrant. Mike from Red Bar's impersonation of him is very, very funny. I've got your back, Andrew, and I always will. I obviously can't do it. He's got a knack for impressions, but his reputation is that of an over-laugher, sort of a hype guy, and I mean, sidekick is a pretty good way to describe what his dynamic with Andrew Schulz seems to be.
Concealed weapon!
So that means the government thinks I'm safe.
All right, so you...
See, it is a little less that particular laugh isn't as loud as the other laughs we've seen him laugh. So I guess, sure, redact then he's a hollow shell of a man, and it's even taken the gusto out of his laugh.
You could carry a. When does that come in? Actually,
He's not getting a gun.
They're still
No, he
doing
got it.
more.
He is a little more poorly shaven than usual. But that's what happens when you get bullied into oblivion by the internet. And Redact's sitting here talking about it like it's like his wife has destroyed him. It's like, bro, his wife said some shit that you and the other cool kids all talked about really loudly. And that fucking is destroying him. I don't know. I don't follow Akaash closely at all. I don't follow Flagrant. I really only know Akaash through a lot of this coverage. I've seen a few episodes of Flagrant, but it's, I don't know this character particularly well. It's just, I've watched almost everything Redact has ever done. Maybe everything. And when he talks like this, it's seldom based in anything else. It's like the literary form of clickbait, just using the most buzzword-ridden phrasing you could come up with.
Or background checks.
It's not gonna happen.
A hollow shell of his former self.
You have to write a letter for me.
It has a sick burn. It's just, I don't feel an accurate description.
But don't... Wait, how is it? Why is he?
Let's be real. Getting
And an ad, of course. Whatever. You've earned them, right?
So kind of like Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, this will likely define the rest of Akaash Singh's comedy career.
Okay, again, I don't know his career well enough to agree one way or the other, but this just feels like a bad take. I guess it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in that if he never lets it go, then for him and his listeners, it defines the rest of Akaash's career. But doesn't that feel like it's a bit of a reach, my man? Like, forever, really? A hollow shell forever?
As his wife gave the world a lifetime supply of ammunition to go at Akaash with. And it's
What, like, she used to, like... Again, the lying about being a virgin as well with him, like, I guess that's pretty damning. That's, like, sucks. But is that really ammunition for life?
It's gotten so out of control at this point that it's even affecting the Flagrant podcast too. Because
Wait, what? His podcast is being affected by the things happening in his life?
every episode that came out after that story has been downvoted into oblivion, partly due to them not speaking about it at all, and partly due to the
Didn't they bring her on?
podcast where they addressed it, which was
Okay. So neither. Partly due to them not addressing it at all, and partly because, well, they addressed it, and they had her on. So you're just wrong.
was completely pathetic and really didn't do anything but make things worse for Akaash. Like they
Again, probably true, but you're doing, sir. You and the rest of you and your meddling dog.
just let the wife, Jasleen, lie and gaslight her way out of the entire thing. I mean, she literally had an excuse for just
True, but I saw the clips of this on somebody else's coverage of it. Maybe yours, credit where it's due. But they pulled up the whole poppin' my pussy thing. And it apparently did mean what she said that it means. There's some weird urban dictionary version, and who knows, maybe the producers put that in there. This, that, the other thing. Maybe it is just like a type of phrasing that she uses. But wait.
about everything she said to tarnish the man's reputation, especially when she claimed to have only kissed the guys she was with in college.
Yeah, okay, this does get interesting. And then after we hear this little bit, because to his credit, Redact makes a solid point here and teaches me something I hadn't learned before. But after this, I feel like we've educated you enough on providing context for this next fair use thing I'm about to do and cover, and you will be a little more, myself included, a little more familiar with the character Akaash Singh.
Before she met Akaash.
Do you pronounce the H at the end? And that's a genuine question. Because I know, like, you see the name a lot of people think it's Nguyen, where it's G-N-U-Y-E-N, but it's actually when. Like, it's like you're saying ing, but without the I. Anyway, do you say the H and sing?
Even though there are countless videos online of her talking about going further in bed with them.
You have a roster of crap boys.
Are they countless? Because, like, he does go on to show it, but I think it's the only time I've seen. They're at least countable. Come on, man. I know you have a penchant for hyperbole, but take it easy with these definites.
The roster me.
These absolutes.
It didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
So she is just outright lying. And that's shitty of her to do, but how, I don't understand. And maybe this is why I don't tend to human very well. But I don't see how this is like a black mark on Akaash forever. It's definitely some problem in his marriage. But again, what does this have to do with us? You talk about overexposure. Good God.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean hooking up, I just meant making out. Again.
Okay, so again, this is pretty damning.
Because when I was in college, I dated this guy.
This is, by the way, trigger warning, about to get kind of nasty. But it is...
You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on, like, the heaviest days of my period.
You know, so it gets into girl stuff there. But come to find out that, like, this dude... She talks outwardly because of the situation she's, like, setting up to tell the story. She does admit that this guy was, like, going down on her and stuff, which inherently makes what she was saying not true about, you know, just when she was talking about hooking up, how it was just making out. Anyway, so that's, like, the extent of the accusations, it seems. So Akaash has been having that thrown in his face consistently for several weeks now. I don't blame him for feeling not at his best, but this special, with over 6 million views, is from March 10th of 2024. So perhaps he was feeling at his best then. It is called Gaslit, and he put it out on his very own channel. So we forgot to Google him. So before we jump in, I need a little refresher on my reggae musics. There we go. And let's go ahead and Google who is Akaash Singh. I just really wanted to get into the Redact coverage. Akaash Singh is an American stand-up comedian, actor, and podcaster. See, at least he stays within his lane as far as descriptions are concerned. He's not like James Donald Forbes McCann, where he's like, a poet, a warrior of oration, a literal captain of industry, I believe he refers to himself literally as a captain of industry. Anyways, the co-host of the popular Flagrant podcast alongside Andrew Schultz. He is recognized for his high-energy, observational comedy, which often draws on his experience as an Indian American. Very cool. So, without further background establishment nor ado, let's check out Gaslit by Akaash Singh. So as this music begins to play and becomes dangerous for me, there's people dancing on the stage. Looks to be pretty, gonna guess, traditional, given the garb. I don't know. I'm not familiar with those traditions. So let's just say it's pretty well choreographed. And, of course, the juxtaposition being this more traditional-looking Indian dance. Indian dance, I think. To some more contemporary music, in this case, hip-hop. Over-explaining, that's what I do, right? Pretty cool. I'm just gonna have to mute this for the music. So they're dancing. They're all... They're dancing. Killing it. They're doing great. Music is still playing. The crowd is shockingly small. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, about 5 rows deep. There's probably 100 some odd people in there. So yeah, they're doing, now they did this. Oh, and we're here. Okay. So here's the title card. Gaslit. It burns in like a cigarette burn on paper, all orange and black, and one word. Gaslit. Okay. Kind of interesting to play like some rumble and other sound effects during the intro applause. He comes out and does this, which is funny because I think he means to do this, because this is like, I love you. This is like, the Bennett stare. And now he's doing this. And he's got this jacket on. This dude is so New York, man. Now he's kind of doing this. He has 2 million subscribers. And again, 6 million views on this. How much money does that, like, that's gotta be so much. And 189K likes. That seems weird, right? Is that a weird ratio? 6 million views and 190,000 likes? 8,000 comments. So I don't know. 6 million is so many, dude. Maybe this thing's a banger. I really hope it is. As I said in the last episode, I come at these things in good faith, I believe people call it, where I want to like it. Even if I hate the guy, I really want to like it. I don't hate Akaash. I have next to no feelings for him. If anything, kind of like the little guy.
We have got to the point.
Oh, Akaash, you just, come on, man. Come on, man. I was just saying how I like you, fella. Gonna throw an ad in 54 seconds in. He hasn't even picked up the mic. Oh, he does have the mic. He's about to say something.
Thank you.
Oh, you are just so welcome, Akaash.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys so fucking much.
Everybody gets 2.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was
Okay, he's very grateful.
amazing. Thank you. Give it up for UTD Lux on the dance. Super. You don't know
Not paid promotion. Just regular promotion.
about me at all.
This used to be not my favorite, and now it's my favorite. It was promoted.
Oh, that was crazy. Had her feet on the steps like impressed me. That didn't impress you, yo? You just sitting here, man.
It was pretty impressive. I'll go so far as to say it's my favorite intro so far. Why half-ass it? You know, why like play the music, but like, you know, why only do it for short, flashy sequences? Why do nothing? Like, you either do nothing or do like Akaash did and hire a dozen traditional Indian dancers to just like really bring the thunder. It's cool. I genuinely mean that. I think I like, you know, I like performance. I like, you know, cabaret. It's like, I think that's awesome showmanship. So points to him for that. You won back the point you lost for that one ad in the first minute, Akaash.
Casual. Are you okay, miss? What's your deal? It's just terrible posture, whole body language. I'm not mad at you. It seems like you're very unimpressed with everything that's happening right now.
Little crowd work to start us off. That's an original take. Again, but although I do believe that a comedy special ideally should hold up to the test of time, you know, you can go back and watch some old Chris Rock special, or even probably some Bill Burr stuff. It's still really, really funny. So even though I believe that ideally is how a comedy special should be written, I also think it's important to consider the time in which it came out. And this is March 10th of 2024. So crowd work was huge at the time. Excuse me, would you? But the wave was still curling over. It hadn't yet crashed. It has now, for the record. Take note, comedians.
And maybe I'm being insecure,
We're sick of it.
but I really do kind of feel like
I'll take a crowd work special over Timmy No Breaks' funny troll joke any day.
this girl hates me. This is crazy. Why'd you?
The thing is like Timmy talked about it on a podcast. It was like, maybe he was talking about his act, and I thought he was talking about. That's probably what it was. All right.
Sit up front to hate me.
Anyway, Akaash.
But I really do kind of feel like this girl hates me. This is crazy. Why'd you sit up front to hate me? That's crazy. How old are you?
Oh boy.
16. Not talking to you no more. That's
He goes, not talking to you no more.
crazy.
That's funny. That's good crowd work. I think some of these New York guys are really good at it. Because, you know, it's, I don't know, it's sort of more than New York style. What are you doing? Fuck you.
Oh, you guys are adorable together. How did y'all meet?
It was a weird cut.
Dating.
So he probably, obviously, like a lot of these specials, they'll film them over a couple of nights. And I imagine with crowd work, that works really to your favor. That really plays to your favor. Because crowd work could be so hit and miss. And if you're good at it, like he seems to be, there are going to be some times where you knock it out of the park. You stack all those up together, and you look like Matt Rife.
At? Which one? Muzz match?
Muzz match? What an interesting fan base, Akaash. He's doing like a face. He's going... looking confused, sort of bending down to look at them. Still milking it physically. Now he's like crouched, just kind of squatting down, looking like, huh? Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, he's working his crowd. I mean, the crowd's loving it.
Would you say she's not white? That's what they all say. You
Is it? I wouldn't know. I don't know.
oh, sneaky bitch. If you're not
By the way, she's like blonde and quite pale.
white, what are you? Pakistani. Get the fuck out of here! Stand up! Stand up for the people! Stand up!
She's Pakistani and she stands up and she's just white as the driven snow.
Stand up!
People are freaking out. You know, he's getting the crowd warmed up. Again, listen to them. The audience is dying. And that's huge because he's a performer, you know? He's playing to the room. And not in a way that's damning. Not in a way that's like, hey, so how about that traffic when we were pulling in here? The crazy traffic, huh? He is still just looking around.
Daywalker.
Daywalker. Is that a Blade reference?
This a bitch blade, bruh.
It's a bitch Blade, bruh.
Wow.
This a bitch Blade, bruh is my favorite sentence I've heard all day.
9/11 was comfy for you.
That's funny. Yeah, I can't imagine what that was like.
Damn, dog.
You know, there was a long time there where, like, because I spent the second half of my childhood in, like, farm town out in the sticks. So I wasn't around very much of that discrimination, though I'm certain had many of the people I was raised around been presented with an opportunity to discriminate in that way, it would be a rough time from, like, probably till right around like 2011, maybe even beyond. I don't know.
She was probably with the white people like, get him! Blending in.
Dude, he's really fucking feeling himself. It's so interesting to see Akaash just doing Akaash's thing. He's confident and he's good at what he's doing. He's in the pocket. He's being physical. He's fucking killing, man. I love to see this little man shine.
That's crazy. You're Pakistani. What's your name? Is it Faiza?
He might be tall. He's got a little personality.
Pakistani as fuck. Got the Z in the middle and everything.
Which I think is a compliment, right? By contrast, because when people are trying to not insult someone who's annoying, they say they have a big personality. You got a little one, Akaash. You got a little personality. Little guy. Personality.
Hey, man. Respect. You know
But he talks like someone that plays basketball, so I don't know.
I mean, because you clearly wanted a white girl,
Tell me I'm wrong. Come on.
but you didn't want to disappoint your parents. So you did dig the next best thing. You know what I mean? Respect, y'all. Respect. Motherfucking respect.
So they're still playing that up over there. We're about 350 in.
Bro, I'm a little proud of you, yo. Wow, dude.
I wish I could talk like that.
Your parents have met her, I assume, right? Yeah, I knew. You ain't waiting. You're married. Oh, you didn't waste no time.
Yeah, still working the crowd here. The guy says about a month in.
So you just got married. That's
I just got married.
beautiful, man.
Use it to transition because you know this is about your marriage. I know it's about your marriage because some of it got spoiled by American Redux. Shout out.
I love that. Y'all had the proper Desi wedding. Yeah. You just getting out of that. Probably got PTSD still. Yes, bro. I'm so happy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I married a brown woman, but that wedding, I wish we did a white wedding. That shit was white wedding.
Nice day for us.
Things wonderfully simple to plan. You know what I mean? They get married on like a fucking farm.
I've been to a farm wedding or two.
There's 12 guests because they don't love their families.
Just kidding. Some of them are pretty good.
And they barely believe in God, so their friend just becomes a minister on the internet.
This is poignant. This is some, what do they say, sharp, high energy observation. This is some high energy observational comedy.
You could have an entire white wedding for the price of a fucking IHOP breakfast. With 2 Hootie Tootie Fresh and Fruities, the same to same, you know?
Is this riffing? Like, Akaash is smooth, man. You see why he chucked up 6 million views. And I think that I would be more inclined to take folks like Redact, who's catching a lot of heat today, but he's not the only one that's very guilty of it. I'd be way more inclined to take those types of creators at their word if they would just, like, throw a little devil's advocate in there. Just a touch. Just a little bit of, like, now Akaash is a talented comedian, but I think that blah, 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 blah. Because you can't watch somebody do this and then go, he's bad at comedy. I'm not saying any one thing that he said is super well written. It's just, as a performer, you can't take it away from him. He's hot. He's up there fucking, he's moving, man. He's fluid. Like, as compared to, say, Ian Edwards, you know, like, who's just stiff and rigid, and so he kind of tried to make that his style, but he just, because he's reserved, kind of built those walls around himself. He can't emote like some of his punchlines want him to. It's like Akaash he's singing in his own voice here, man. And I think that if those channels would be like, you know, look, I like this and this about the guy, but like, boom, 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 boom. For some reason, to me, that feels way more good faith. To give credit where it's due, because otherwise, it helps provide. It sheds a little light as to how these people and why these people are so popular. You know what I mean? Like, they reached these heights somehow. And until watching this, I kind of didn't really know. I didn't really get it. I'm like, wow, people must love this podcast because Akaash Singh is super famous, but like, he's just like sidekicking the whole time. Why did no one tell me that, like, this is a good special and he is funny?
Indian
When he's not just like, yes, Andrew.
wedding, Daisy wedding, Pakistani wedding. Oh my God, bruh. We got motherfucking wildlife roaming around.
That might be true. I don't know.
2 of the 4 Disney kingdoms in 1 hotel venue.
Okay. Okay.
Man, my wife is getting so mad 'cause
Did he transition into that? Like, is he doing material now? Because that was a crazy spin.
I wasn't planning, and I was like, of course not. Man,
Yeah, see? Now he's going into wedding stuff, man. Woo!
my wife is getting so mad because I wasn't
Kids got game.
planning, and I was like, of course not. This wedding is for you. Don't get it twisted. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Women be shopping.
Can wait to spend the rest of my money
I nailed that.
on a get-together. And she would always hit me with the same line. You don't
People like me don't give a fuck about that stuff. Stacks upon stacks.
get it, babe. I've been dreaming of this day since I was 3 years old.
So this is another thing that Redact brought up. And if I am leaning on any of what ended up being his opinions, I'm going to be very clear about that. But the special, because Redact goes on to point out that like the special is even called Gaslit, and so now that we know we've learned these aspects about his wife, like we have, and this isn't how he put it, but it does sort of recontextualize this special, which is apparently quite based like on his marriage, and like he talks about how he loves like alone time. There's this whole vacation bit about how his favorite vacation is when his wife is on vacation. Oh well. And Redact pointed out that like now that we know what we do know about her, this all kind of makes more sense. So keep an eye out for that. But again, I'll be interested to see, because other than his coverage, I know like next to nothing about Akaash.
Okay.
From like the creators I've watched and that kind of thing.
Hey. Should be pretty easy to plan then, shouldn't it? I feel
I see, because like she's been dreaming about it since she was a little girl. I don't know, wedding stuff, you know. I feel like a lot of comedians have this, you know, like there's always the obligatory "I'm a family man now" special.
25 years you've been thinking about this. You ain't figured it out yet? Should be plug and play at this point.
That's funny. Again, the crowd's dying. They're loving it.
Quarter century of planning. The fuck you been doing? I hate that. Well, I've been dreaming of this day since I was... Well, you know what? Since I was 3 years old, I dreamt of being in the NBA.
I knew it! I nailed that. Basketball.
I don't see you rushing to rent out Madison Square Garden.
Wasn't as painfully on the nose as it seemed like it was.
Invite all our friends and family over so I can dunk on them for 3.5 hours. I know we would have to lower the rim considerably. I still like to do it.
So he also might be a little short. So I've been 10 for 10.
This is a good guy, I can tell. What do you do for a...
Kind of going back to crowd work. That was really interesting. Okay, and this is why I think that was particularly clever. Because he knew he was going to go into all that wedding stuff. So I don't think this is a plant. I think he knew what his bit was going to be, and so he picked the right people to riff with. Like, because either way, he could have been like, "Are you married? Oh, you're not married? Well, marriage, blah, 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 blah." Which is a new take on the whole forcing crowd work into your special that we haven't really seen. Also, to his credit, the special is an hour and 18 minutes long. And, you know, we're not even 7 minutes in. So it's not like he was strapped for time. It's not like he was trying to lengthen this and just stretch it out. And using crowd material to, like, pad any lack of other material. Because it's almost 20 minutes longer than your average, you know, than your, like, bar, your standard for a lot of other specials.
live and probably make money. Hotels? I told you.
Yeah. He's quick on his feet, man. Light on his feet.
Oh, the good Jews got the good seats, huh? Look at that. Gujarati, right? Yeah.
2020. I think this early in 2024. I guess I don't know what the timeline is.
Yeah. What else could it possibly be? What's your last name? Is it Patel? Yeah, there you go. I know.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that. Come on.
I know.
Could be, or you just know the guy.
I mean, they had said hotels. The rest of it just felt like.
Cause like I feel like if he would have just nailed that, like he's trying to present, like he has, he would have lost his mind. Like if he just guessed the dude's name, it's like, oh, I was just expecting it that much. It's that much of a stereotype. Okay, sure, but that didn't feel like a reaction to an organic, like holy shit moment. He was just like, yeah, I thought so. Which is a little too confident. Feeling himself a little too much there.
Dominoes. Good you, there you go. How'd y'all meet?
We met at their wedding.
Oh, at their wedding. So you guys know each other.
This is interesting. These connections are starting to span more ground.
That's my sister.
And how did y'all meet? The source.
It was arranged marriage.
Okay. So I mean, my paranoia, my spider senses are tingling on this one, because that's weird that he just guessed their name, didn't react to it at all, like, and then she happens to be related to the people that he just did crowd work with and nailed it for several minutes on end. So I don't know. It's a couple of red flags popping up now, with regards to like having a plant or knowing the people in your crowd.
I fucking love that. Let's go. The source.
So, arranged marriage.
It was arranged marriage.
I fucking love that. Let's go.
I have never in my life heard that reaction to arranged marriage. It's really, really funny. I don't have an opinion one way or the other on it, but I've never heard anyone do that.
It was arranged marriage.
I fucking love that. Let's go. Let's go. I like you more. You just climbed up the charts for me. There you go, bro.
Okay.
Good for you. Why y'all not clapping at that, losers? Nah, I'll clap.
I don't know. I'm guilty. I'm sorry.
Now it's funny.
Not prejudice, I swear. We just don't get it.
I want you to remember this moment. This is a watershed moment because now you know we let America brainwash us about arranged marriage.
Interesting. Again, it's so what a lucky segue, because he's going on this like motivational speech now that's apparently all impromptu and ad hoc.
We all bought into that propaganda. Oh, that's so barbaric. How do you marry someone before you get to know them?
At least he's taking a bold stance. This has more edge to it than anything James Forbes McCann's ever even thought.
How do you marry
Like,
somebody?
say what you will about whether you agree with him or not. That's the point. Is he's saying something that is definitely polarizing, and he doesn't care. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Someone before you get to know them. How do you marry somebody after?
See, that's very well done. It's kind of on the nose, like, you know, my wife be shopping stuff, but like, it's funny. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm starting to like Akaash. And it's funny because I only started paying attention to him because of all of the negative coverage around the bullshit that I think is dumb. So, you know, net gain? Question mark.
That's a much better.
Sure, you lost a huge part of your fan base. You're probably going to get made fun of on the internet forever, but Critical Leaks is starting to like you
question, I think.
as a show.
Dating sucks, dude. That whole system is stupid. Arranged marriage is the best.
Okay.
I only dated one woman my entire life, and thank God I married her because I could not do that again.
So this is the Notorious that we're talking about. I don't know her name. All I know is all of the, you know, comedy commentary coverage and whatnot. So with what we watched earlier, let's keep that in mind as he's telling these jokes, because I think that does kind of recontextualize some of this in an interesting way.
You know, I could not.
I do also want to be very clear that I do not care what happens in his marriage. I think it's very dumb that it all got blown up so much. But as far as getting to know this character is concerned, it's some important backstory.
Oh, all of it was awful. You know my least favorite part of dating?
What was it, Akaash?
The fights.
Okay, maybe not such a bold take there.
She would storm out of my apartment, I'd be falling apart.
Okay, buddy.
Texting her.
Oh, God. Redact was so right. That's like the second or third time I maybe have ever said that. And I talk about it in an inappropriate amount.
Ugh. Are we gonna make it? It's embarrassing, dude. It was so pathetic.
It is embarrassing.
But I had to, because there's no security.
But, you know what? Again, to his credit, dude's speaking his truth here. He's not up here making up Monopoly, guys.
Any fight could cost me this amazing woman. So I gotta say all that. I can't sleep when you're mad at me.
I think there's also like a pretty big age differential here. I want to say like he's like in his 40s and she's maybe late 20s. I don't quote me on that, but I do know that they're like 10 years or so apart. Which again is neither here nor there, but like she's a little more like zoomery versus him who's like, you know, sort of an older millennial guy.
Oh, never again, dude. That's why being married is the best, bruh.
See, because now he's like in his material. So, benefit of the doubt, because I can't prove it otherwise, we'll say that that was organic crowd work that he was able to segue into his actual stuff.
Now that's my wife.
Excuse me, Joe. Worst case scenario, he planted those people, or at least knows them, so he planned to have them answer, or knew they would answer in a way that would benefit, which there's still a degree of cleverness to.
Now,
IMO.
if she storms out of our apartment, I'm just like, bitch, where are you really going?
He's also really physical. Again, he's super animated. And he does have that naturally funny vibe going on about him. But he's like, you know, bendy.
I'm supposed to be scared? Oh no! What will I do with this time
He very much talks with his hands, and I like that.
to myself?
What will I do with this time to myself? Yeah, you know. This is kind of, you know, on the nose wedding, you know, take my wife please stuff, but
I might have a panic attack from the peace and quiet.
women be shopping.
That shit out, girl. Go ahead and take your little walk. But for real, be back by 7. There's a new Shark Tank coming on. I'm not.
A new Shark Tank coming on. Feels a little. I mean, I guess maybe people still watch TV. Do people still watch TV?
The healthier hummus. I gotta see if Mark invests.
I also don't watch Shark Tank, so I'm not sure what their release schedule is like.
But I'm still trying to have a healthy marriage. That's incredibly important, especially for brown dudes. I hope you're fucking working on you for her. Because
Other colored people don't care about their marriages.
I don't know if y'all know this. There's a lot of negative stereotypes about Indian dudes. We're abusive and we're alcoholics and we're all assholes. And that's
I had never heard any of that before.
fucked up.
Perhaps that's a lack of exposure. I don't know.
Because it's not true. I mean, it was true in my house, but then, you know what I mean? My house.
It's funny.
That's not every house. You can't do that. But no matter what, you gotta be better. Break the cycle. So I'm really growing a lot, and I've learned things.
It is so funny that this is who Akaash actually is versus what we see on Flagrant, where he's just sort of subservient in a lot of ways. And that's not a me take. That's just everyone's takeaway on that situation. He plays the co-host. He does the like sidekick thing. But like this is what's bubbling under the surface of that yes man.
That nobody else will tell you, but I got you. Fellas, advice. If you are with wifey right now and you love her, the
Wifey.
best thing you can do is to not care.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't he get into a whole argument with Fresh and Fit about exactly this? Where they were like, whoever cares less has the power. And he's like, man, that's some childish shit. I saw that. I saw coverage of that.
You see how you looked at him the
I don't think I'm wrong on that one.
second he started laughing? Don't look at her, bro. You, right? I'm right? Not care about like 90% of the things.
This is what Fresh and Fit, that's why they got in this argument to it. They're still beefing. In fact, this whole Akaash's wife drama started up because like the dudes from Fresh and Fit found a clip of her saying that and started like talking about it on their show, and their fans started posting it. Then the comedy people got into it because like I don't really know what Fresh and Fit does too much. I think they're like dude advice / comedy podcast thing. And they went on Flagrant, and Akaash just disagreed with everything they were saying and called him childish and juvenile for doing this shit. And then they've been beefing, and Fresh and Fit went on to cause this whole drama in Akaash's life. I hate to say it, but he did kind of walk right into this L, especially if this is his material. It's crazy. Maybe they've brought that up, but I've never seen that, like, those two things connected before.
She wants you to care about. And it's not, for the record, because women are illogical or hysterical or any hacky shit like that. The fact is,
It's weird.
women
It's like weirdly close to self-awareness with regards to like talking about women be and men be.
are just more emotionally evolved than men. It's that simple. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, I did not
There's like 11 chicks in the audience. Woo!
know, fella.
Yeah, but he knew that was funny because he
Men.
pans out over the audience to show who's clapping. So
It's that simple. Absolutely. You know, I didn't
yeah, he didn't do that because he's like, look at the unanimous applause for this thing. He did it because he's like, spatter of applause. That's funny.
not know, fellas. When you're a girl,
Okay, I'm gonna look at the description here to see like who directed all of this, because usually they'll credit people. No, but there is the hilarious. This does actually make what Timmy No Breaks did in his description even funnier. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring this special. But yeah, no other credits other than to Prize Picks. Oh, also to God. So that's tight. Yeah, so I guess I'm to assume that he edited all this himself, or paid a random person to not have to tell who did it. I think it's strange
has an emotion.
because whoever directed / edited this is good.
She expresses it.
Genuinely, like it flows really well with his material. That was like panning in on him, and as soon as the punch hit, it cut to another camera.
What the hell is
Which helps us, again, it's in sync with the rhythm of his writing. It's very well edited.
even that?
I don't know what's in the background here. It looks like stools, but like a bird's eye view of a bunch of stools placed equidistant from one another.
That's insanity. That's not how men are raised. No, we are taught when you have a feeling, you bury it deep down in a dark place.
Okay, but I think you could make a crazy compilation of comics saying that phrase right there. Like, when you have feelings, you bury it deep down in a dark place. Like, that exact phrasing. What is it? Word perfect, I think, was a term I learned from Adam Ray today.
And then, every 6 months, you punch a hole in a wall and pretend nothing happened.
That's literally, I mean, we've all heard that joke before, right? That's like the obligatory dudes be mad, women be shopping thing.
That's masculinity. So we're not used to a woman just having her emotions and letting them out.
This is such a weird talk he's giving us.
We keep trying to fix it. There's nothing to fix. We don't ride that roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Again, doesn't this feel super fresh and fit? I don't like follow them at all, but this feels... Maybe they saw this and that's why they felt so comfortable on Flagrant. You know what? Let's look it up just for fun. When did Fresh and Fit go on the Flagrant podcast? And if it doesn't pull right up, then fine. But okay, January. They first appeared on January of 2022. Content, Akaash Singh, question Fresh and Fit's host. So yeah, this was like 2 years after he had called them out. He's talking about, like, if you want the power in the relationship, you gotta not care. And, like, women just are on this kind of emotional trajectory. And again, my own opinions being neither here nor there, that's kind of directly contradictory to what he was arguing.
Oh, I love you so much. I can't. I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with you. We never spend any time together.
Oh, boy.
Strap in, boys. She's on Space Mountain.
He's kind of doing this, Space Mountain. Maybe that's another Disneyland joke. I don't know.
But the best way to allow her to do this is you do this.
This. He's doing a flatline thing. Oh, shit. Busted. He's doing the Elon Musk. What's going on?
Like I said, she's on Space Mountain, living. You, it's a small world.
Yeah, okay, so I think that is a Disney reference. Futurama version, it's a tiny, tiny world.
I'm telling you, my life is mad at me. The words just bounce off my forehead.
Oh boy.
Can't believe you.
No, yeah, me neither.
No.
Again, now with the story we have on their actual dynamic, at least publicly, like, oh, it does kind of makes you feel for the guy.
Lying, I don't want to lie to my wife. I can't believe her because I wasn't listening. You understand? It's honest.
Women be shopping.
And that might...
He's really harping on this. And again, apparently this has a lot to do with his marriage, so maybe there'll be a lot of this stuff. But let's keep pressing forward here. It's still early in the special.
Sound callous to some women, but I promise you do not want a man as emotionally evolved as you. Can you imagine both people doing this?
I feel seen.
Unsustainable. Picture for 1 second your man saying to you, "What's that supposed to mean?"
I'm not laughing because, like, what a ridiculous concept.
Wait, is it?
I'm laughing because,
Of course. You know, another thing I do sometimes when my wife and I are fighting is this.
Yeah, he really is. He just threw himself straight into the material off of that crowd work. Which, again, guilty or innocent until proven guilty was well done.
This is riskier. This takes a level of expertise to pull off.
But if he goes back and says any more crucial things to either of those people, I will be suspicious.
My wife is upset at me. I will start smiling at her. I know. It's,
Bro.
It is initially received exactly how you're picturing. Are you fucking serious?
Oh, boy.
I tell you how I feel and you laugh in my fucking face? I can't believe you don't even take me seriously. But like
again, I gotta give it to Redact on this one because this would have just been funny balloon animal wife character stuff if we hadn't seen that. And what I'll say that she's most guilty of is absolutely not considering Akaash's feelings. Then the lie. The rest of it, I'll let the internet decide whatever the fuck they feel about all that. It's neither here nor there for me, but like, she has demonstrated a pattern of not giving a fuck about his feelings. So when you hear stuff like her like yelling at him and stuff, feels a little ickier than it probably did in 2024.
I said I'm learning, so I explained to my wife.
Because you think he's catching a hard time for the rest of his career. Imagine any time she shows her face online from now on. What? Like, apparently, I learned this from the Redact video, but apparently she shut off all of her comments. And has even made, like, content about, like, oh, yeah, I used to pride myself in fighting people in the comments, but now I just ignore that shit. I turn the comments off or whatever. So, like, that's probably going to be, realistically, it will be her life for sure. I don't think it's going to haunt Akaash forever beyond the occasional troll in the comments. 2 or 3 years from now, like, people barely talk about some of the world-changing shit that happened last year in 2024. So, like, I don't think that this is going to haunt Akaash forever, but her for sure. Especially because this is really how most people have been introduced to her beyond some hypothetical character in his act.
Say, look, baby, you don't understand. I don't take you completely seriously right now. I take your emotions very seriously. But the way you are expressing them, I understand that's just the best way you...
Also, all right, devil's advocate here. Her being so upfront about her talking about her husband vis-a-vis Akaash, I don't think anything that she was saying is necessarily worse than the stuff that he's exposing in his act. Where he's like, she's crazy. She's constantly on one of these, and I laugh at her, and then she gets mad, but then she's like I don't know if that's the angle she's taking, but again, to play the contrarian here, like, he's saying just as damning shit about her. Because in some circles, this could be like, she says what to you? She's always like this. Like, that could be considered verbal abuse. Like, he is really airing out some pretty crazy laundry, especially now that we know it's probably pretty true. I don't know if I blame the girl.
You know how...
The lie is the most damning thing there. But again, that is exactly and only their business. As far as, like, entertainment gossip is concerned, I think it's run its course as far as being interesting.
In this moment...
Because he is raking her over the coals, and we're not even 15 minutes in yet.
And underneath that, I still see the pure, precious...
Because right now, he's painting himself to be this saintly, stoic, who's like, she's going like this, but I'm like this at all times. Even though he described himself earlier as, like, texting her very desperately. I don't know, man. Maybe you kind of brought this whole thing on yourself a little bit. You seem to have casteth the first stone.
This person that I married.
I'll go back.
Just the best way you know how in this moment. And underneath that, I still see the pure, precious person that I married.
He's literally saying, you're hysterical right now, but I still like you, kid. She's probably fucking furious about this. Who wouldn't be?
And again,
as a comedian, you write what you know. I probably didn't. I don't know that his wife was always trying to be a public figure, so maybe that was part of the lack of filter here. But my God, man.
That's real. I see that. So now that she understands me, I then explain to her, also, if I took you completely seriously, I would have to beat you up. I'm not sure who you think you're talking to. It can't possibly be me.
But it's an unfortunate stereotype that they're prone to violence in the domestic context. Okay?
For real?
So feel guilty.
Otherwise, I would have to fuck you up.
Oh, God. If you look, there's real rage behind these eyes. Or he is a damn good actor. screenshot that I may or may not post to X. It is linked in my description.
And I know I can't.
While you're down there poking around, if you wouldn't mind considering the subscription button, because I'm trying to get to 50 so I can just start going live on YouTube. So please join the small but growing community.
Fight, but I'll kick your ass. You're talking a lot for someone who's 5'2".
He's 5'6". Make the joke. Weird cut.
Nah, respect, that's real.
At Aspen Dental, we...
Okay, so simultaneously a Prize Picks ad dropped down in the corner and then it jumped to an actual
This one,
ad
yeah.
break. This is interesting. We're learning a lot about the Singh household.
That's what I do during fights. You know what she does during fights? Is she'll accuse me of gaslighting her.
It's titular.
What the hell is that, dude?
It is funny that he made it one word. I am a fan of forcing your way into compound words.
I have actually learned what gaslighting is, fellas, and it's important that you learn too.
Go boy. He's talking to us, boys.
Gaslighting is something women made up to win arguments.
It's so funny that he doesn't realize that he's doing the... What is that, American Dad? No, it's Rick and Morty. Gaslighting doesn't exist. You made it up because you're fucking crazy. It's Rick and Morty. It's what he just did. It's hilarious. I don't think he's being ironic here.
Is something women made up to win arguments.
Regardless of how you feel about the term, there is a palpable irony there.
And it is effective. I gotta be honest. My goodness. They use it like a draw four card.
Because he didn't even, like, he's good enough to the point where you know when he's making a punchline. Like, it's like, that wasn't him being self-aware. That's really, really funny. Gaslighting doesn't exist. Women made it up because they're crazy.
And Uno. Anytime they're losing, just gaslight.
It's funny, and it doesn't get thrown around too much, and I get the purpose behind this joke, but I had to point that out.
No, I'm playing. Gaslighting is actually a real thing, but most dudes don't know because only dickheads do it.
Okay, there you go. What's the, like, anti-fresh and fit thing?
Fellas, what gaslighting actually is sometimes a woman tells the man that she loves that he hurt her feelings, but instead of listening, he makes her think she's crazy.
Okay.
And that is terrible to do. I would never do that to my wife. I love her.
Oh boy, here we go. We're wound up.
I just think the bitch don't listen sometimes.
Okay. All right, Akaash, take it easy. He's a freaking angry little dude. And actually, okay, to Redak's point, he did say something along the lines of like, and now rewatching the special, you can almost see that Akaash is really getting mad. Something to that effect. And he's right. All fan art-based disrespect aside, he's genuinely, he was right about that. You can kind of sense that this is actually like, you know, he's speaking his truth to a way he's maybe not quite over yet.
Me neither. We're married. We listen all the time.
I just think the bitch don't listen.
Never do that to my wife. I love her. I just think the bitch don't listen sometimes. Me neither. We're married. We listen all the time.
I just think the bitch don't listen sometimes. Yeah.
Insanity.
Again, let's keep in mind, let's just role play the world wherein his wife destroying his career recently is a direct return of fire from this special. He's just in front of 6.1 million people saw this thing.
But I have to tell you, there is also female gaslighting. Suddenly got strangely silent, did it not?
Okay, that's funny.
And you should know every woman gaslights her man, but we don't catch it because they do it differently.
Okay. Well, it's, again, it's titular subject matter, so let's hear what he has to say about it.
You know what female gaslighting is? That's when a man tells the woman he loves she hurt his feelings, and instead of listening,
She calls him a pussy.
she makes him think he's gay. Have you guys...
Okay, 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Playing Guess the Punchline is a fun game.
Have you ever been gaslit by the woman you love? Where you finally get vulnerable like she's begged you to do?
Okay.
And you say, hey, that hurt my feelings. And she goes, okay.
Again, he does a lot of physical act outs that really, really do contribute to the material. It's pretty solid, structurally speaking, but again, as a performer, him being able to see him live, I strongly suggest, if you're enjoying listening to my coverage of it, go listen to the whole thing. This is by no means a replacement for the original. Your Honor. She's like, oh, he's doing that thing, like she's making fun of him.
Oh, where did it hurt you? In your little vagina?
It's funny. Men don't have those, you see.
I am telling you, ladies, do not settle
Nah, I walk back that take.
for less than a good guy. But if you get one, also know what we're going through. That's all I'm saying. If you have a good guy right now, can I tell you a secret that he will never share with you?
Oh boy.
He is tired.
That was a slow trickle. I've clapped her.
Let that motherfucker clap, yo. How fucking dare you keep him from clapping? Now even let him be tired. No.
She yelled no. She was stopping him from clapping, and he said, "Let him be tired." And she was like, "No, he's fine."
Fucking talking about no, he's fine. I bet he tried to nap before this show, and you're like, nah, we don't have time.
Whew.
Nah, there's too much to do. We have to clean up because the cleaning ladies are coming.
Again, all of this where it's like, how all women are like this, guys? Even though he's only dated the one woman who's now his wife, it's like you're painting a way more detailed picture of one very specific person. And these are all pieces that he provided. This isn't even me cheating, watching the other coverage. But from what we know about him, he's only dated one woman who he then married. So pretending he has all this insight to other people's relationships and him being like, how they're all like this? He's provided us with the info that she's the only woman he's referring to. Or what? Sitcoms or something? Other comedians' material? I don't know. It's kind of damning. And maybe that explains why he's just kind of shutting up and taking the backlash for all of this, because he knows that on the greater scale of war that is his relationship, this was a deserved counterattack. Because he's painted her to be a goddamn monster. Maybe she is a monster, this is an accurate painting, but he was the first one to go public with it.
That's bullshit. I know what that is. You just make up these random tasks to ruin your REM cycle. And it's not your fault, but the job is tiring. Fellas, you ever be just...
And with that said, it's so funny to think about this, because he's literally just telling stories under the guise of, look, we've all been here.
in a room by yourself, and all of a sudden you hear...
It's we've all been in arguments, but some of the stuff is so specific.
Babe!
I'm that guy. I'm that her. This is so fucking funny.
When that happens, aren't you kinda thinking, fuck?
This is like he's going for a sitcom almost. This has like super 90s vibes. Excuse me. He's even wearing like a hip hop style jacket, you know?
Bro, it's been 8 minutes!
You're wondering what I'm talking about, but if you saw a picture of it, you'd be like, oh yeah.
What could you possibly want?
It's like what the guys in 8 Mile were wearing, you know?
I'm not even watched the
313, fuck free world.
highlights of the game you made me miss, bitch!
Yeah, wow. What a nightmare it would be to be in that house.
But that's not how you say it, because you're a good guy and you love her. So you say it differently.
You do. You're telling us a story about what you did. Stop putting this in the second person so it feels relatable.
If you're like me, how do you say it? Yes, babe?
Again, painting such a detailed picture. This is me shaking my head like Redact was so right about this one. It changes my landscape uncomfortably.
Like a cuck.
Because I think that specifically was his kind of take on all this. I haven't heard anyone else say that it changes the feel of this whole special, what we now know about him and his wife. So that was American Redact, fucking hot take. My man. This has just been 20 minutes of wife bashing material, though.
I die every time I do that. Because I'm lying to both of us. But that's my baby. I can't hurt her with honesty.
It's a funny take. I can't hurt her with honesty.
So all of a sudden I turn into customer service. Just thank you for calling. How can I help you?
He gave himself little wings right there, and that just contributes to the like creature-esque like persona he kind of undertakes. The like underfoot. It's like why are you doing imp stuff, man? That's how imps flap their wings. If I'm all brushed up on my fictional creatures.
Into customer service. Just thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Fresh towels, y'all. See if we got some in the bag.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can see it in his eyes. He's fired up.
I'm telling you, ladies, if you have a good guy, do you know what he needs?
Time to rest, if we're to go off of the last thing that you told the ladies that this nice guy needs.
A vacation.
Time to rest.
Again, not trying to vilify you, but you hear it all the time. A relationship is hard work. Marriage is a job.
Yeah, I guess you hear a relationship is hard work for sure. Marriage is a job. Okay. I've heard marriage is hard work.
Well, every good job gives you 2 weeks vacation.
Oh, that's why you a little bit changed the expression. Okay, because you needed it to set you up for that little joke. Right on. I like wordplay.
And if you
This is kind of like word abuse a little bit, but that's fair.
have a good man, I promise you I know what his dream vacation is. Because
I think this was part of the bit that was covered in the Redact commentary.
good guy's dream vacation is your vacation.
And, you know, maybe it's a sign of Redact kind of finding his footing a little bit. You know, maybe he's finding his own voice. Because my biggest problem with him was when he jumped into this space. He's one of the Fighter and the Kid Reddit kind of guys. So it was a lot of like, Brendan Schaub has finally hit rock bottom. Bert Kreischer is finally... It's like all that stuff, which is just covered to death. So he was like a cheap knockoff for a while. But in this kind of material where it's now happening, and so he can beat the other guys in the space to the punch. Because a lot of them have left, and there have been other channels that have come up, like Apologia Comedia, who I like very much. I think he has the coolest voice in the space, hands down. I spend the whole time like learning to capture that character because I use it for some other character work that I'm doing. But yeah, Akaash. Anyway, so I think okay, I gotta give credit where it's due because I talked a lot of shit about some of Redac's other coverage, but like he's totally right about this, and that was some you have to read between the lines shit. It's not just something you could pull up on X and then recite.
Go somewhere. Go anywhere
No one tell him I'm being so nice.
you want. I will take out a mortgage to pay for it.
He's saying to go wherever she wants. Just leave, please leave. Take my wife, please.
Look, a shitty guy might want to go on his own vacation, cheat on you with another woman. I would never do that.
Who was the take my wife, please guy? Who was the comedian that did take my wife? Because there's a whole like, take my wife, please. Henry Youngman, 1906 through 1998. Known as King of the One-Liners, Youngman was a British-born American comedian and violinist whose rapid-fire act was a staple of the Borscht Belt era. The Borscht Belt. So this is from like the 1930s. It goes that far back. I didn't even know that there were people back then.
I just want to cheat on you with solitude. I love you. I would never bring another girl.
What? Oh, cheat on you with solitude. I see.
With solitude. I love you. I would never bring another girl back to our bed, but I would sleep diagonally across said bed. Like a backslash.
Okay, I get that. That's funny.
Can I cheat on you with a
Boy, he is pouring sweat.
left side of
And
the
he kind of wasn't before this. He's just got this adrenaline leak going
mattress,
on.
please?
He's in fight or flight mode.
Just once? Just a tip. I just want to see how it feels.
How being alone feels. Okay, take my wife, please. Henry Youngman. So, he's got Henry Youngman to thank for this.
But that's the thing. You never go anywhere. Every time I look, it's you.
Boy, this feels like too real, doesn't it?
I go to work, it's you. I come home, it's you. I get a phone call, it's you. I get a text, it's you. I get a DM on Instagram. Really, bitch?
Oh, they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And it feels very much to me like he scorned that girl.
We don't have enough channels of communication.
Because it was like, why is she so tone deaf? How is she like not know that she's fucking him up over this? She did know. She was trying to do that. This special is all, think about it. Think about if this was you. If you're married and this is your partner, who's your spouse, who's out there just like, I'm sick of him. Can't stand the guy. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's been 25 minutes. Roughly 25 minutes of just making her look the worst and saying that he's tired of her being around. She absolutely ruined his reputation on purpose. And that's why he hasn't said shit. Because he's being the guy that he paints himself as during these jokes. The yes dear husband guy. He has to because she has a very legitimate claim to being furious with him.
Communication.
There's a hot take for you.
I wake up, it's you. I fall asleep, it's you. And while I'm asleep,
He's just ranting about how sick of her he is.
you throw your legs on top of me.
You've told us she's sensitive and described her as crazy. This is her emotions like this, right? The kingdom, the mountain kingdom or whatever fucking roller
Just
coaster.
to remind me I
Why was that the roller coaster?
have no freedom.
Cedar Point, son.
That's why they're doing it, fellas. It's not for comfort. Nobody's comfortable sleep.
I mean, come on. Like, Fresh and Fit surely went over this and are like, what the fuck? The thing is, the reason it probably didn't stick is because it's all jokes, but now that we know what we know, that it's hard to deny that he's just sang a lot of that same shit. Care less. Women be crazy. You gotta be like this while they're like this. It's kind of the same brand of icky.
Even like a lowercase r? What is she, a windshield wiper?
What the fuck?
Nobody's comfortable sleeping like a lowercase r.
Sleeping like on your side? Okay.
What is she?
Oh, like a lowercase r. Alright, yeah.
She a windshield wiper? Not
It's a windshield wiper.
a natural position.
Okay.
But she needs to remind you, no matter who you're dreaming of, she's still right here on top of you. That's why she gets mad when you move her legs. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, bro, you played yourself, Akaash.
No matter how heavily your girl sleeps, when you move her legs off of you, all of a sudden,
This is so much.
bitch, you. I haven't been able to feel my feet for 45 minutes.
He is genuinely angry. Or he's one hell of an actor.
I thought I had diabetes. It's
No one says diabetes. Come on. Don't play with emphasis too much.
because I want some fucking blood flow. Nah. You would rather be trapped underneath you all night.
And the thing is I think it probably, when she saw this, or when these clips were shown to her by the internet a ton of times, I imagine, it's probably the first time she's hearing Akaash say a lot of this stuff, because as he's described himself, he's Mr. Underfoot. You know, he'll have these crazy thoughts, and then he'll go share them on stage. But, like, he never, like, probably said any of this to her. So this is all like her first time hearing all of Akaash's thoughts on like how crazy and abrasive and annoying she is.
Like a Chilean miner.
Topical. That's why he's getting old. I believe they call it a groaner. He's dabbing himself off. He's staying in the pocket. Oh, okay. Well, you know, at least I'll say this. At least he timed that ad out with an actual lull in his material. Because that was one of the biggest gripes I have with this. It's like you spend so much time honing this exact piece. Why would you fuck up your rhythm and your timing by just throwing ads in at random places? So at least Akaash had the wherewithal and the know-how to put the ad right there when he's over there dabbing and letting the audience kind of like clap themselves out. Props. I don't think I've seen anyone else do that.
Yeah, you're right. That wasn't fair.
Like, go watch my other coverage. You'll see they'll just interrupt themselves with an ad versus what he just did, which was like an appropriate time for a commercial break. I really want to know who directed this thing.
Because the miners made it out. You understand what I'm saying?
I see, yeah, because he didn't.
Fair. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't fair. Because the miners made it out. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah.
No, I do make a lot of jokes and I tease her. And here's the thing, fellas. If you are lucky enough to get a good girl, there is nothing like it. The love of a
Oh boy.
good woman is indescribable.
I love that he did 25 minutes of she's crazy and I hate her, I'm sick of her. And then after 25 minutes, he's like, but nah, she's cool. Like, yeah, she's like great. Guys, you should get yourself a lady like mine.
Overwhelming. It's so pure. Like, this is
Who made me seemingly hate women.
an example
And no, I don't think he hates women. I'm not.
of how amazing my wife is. And also, how big a bitch I am for her. This is secondarily.
Yeah, see, exactly. So he didn't say any of this to her. Her first time hearing this was definitely on this special.
Okay.
Or watching him practice for this special. But given the way he's described their dynamic, I doubt that she's going out and watching him perform to be like super supportive, you know? Or he should tell us that, because we, just basing off of all of this, We don't like her, man. We think she's kind of like a bad guy.
Hey, look, first of all, not only have I watched the Titanic with my wife, I have also watched a documentary about the making of the Titanic with her. And what's...
Is that because... So his whole angle here, is it like, that's how you know I actually care? Because when you get a good woman, you gotta, like, do shit you don't want to do, like watch what I just described.
Worse, I loved it. That was really...
Oh, he loved it.
The most embarrassing part is how much I loved it. It is all...
Oh, my girlfriend made me watch The Notebook, and it's actually my favorite movie now. Old.
almost as good as Gossip Girl,
What is that, Youngman? Is that Henry Youngman?
which he has also made me watch. Chuck Bass is misunderstood.
Who the fuck is Chuck Bass? We like to do this. We like to look it up. Who is Chuck Bass? Chuck Bass. Oh, I see. So he's like, he's a fictional character. I see. Okay, okay. I think. I mean, that's what I've gleaned.
But this is a true story. We're watching this documentary, and I didn't know this about the movie, but a lot of the characters, even background people, were based on real passengers of the Titanic. And if you've seen the movie, at the end...
It's really strange. Doesn't that kind of feel like something they would just say? Can they prove that? I mean, I'm sure there are, like, pictures, which is probably, like, what they were going off of, but, like, trying to replicate, like, every passenger, it's too Nathan Fielder for them.
There's an older husband and wife, and he's trying to get her on a lifeboat, but she refuses to go on. She says, I'm not going anywhere without my husband, and then they died on the ship together.
Oh, damn.
I found out that was a true story. Beautiful story.
That's not even how they play it. Oh, right, because in the movie, spoiler alert.
I almost started crying watching it. My eyes are filling up with tears. I got this big lump in my throat. I'm sitting on the left of the love of my life. And I looked at her and said, get on a boat, bitch. This is...
Whoa, we weren't expecting him to say that. Well, have my expectations been subverted?
This is white people stuff. We're brown. We can barely even swim, so...
Is that a thing?
I love you too much. You have...
Is that a thing? I don't... Weird.
have to live. And then my wife's real response, she said, let me tell you something. Unless we have children waiting for us at home, you are my husband until death do us part. Whatever happens to you happens to us. That was her real response. And I remember that moment forever, being like, oh God, this is how lucky I am to have this gorgeous girl who loves me in such an overwhelming...
She would totally stick with me in a hypothetical Titanic is sinking around us and I couldn't get on the lifeboat scenario.
unconditional way.
She rules. Ignore all that other stuff I said about her being crazy. One time she said this nice thing to me.
Thank you, God, for this blessing. Absolutely.
Which, because, like, this is definitely his rebuttal when she's like, what the fuck? You called me crazy in front of 6 million people. And he's like, nah, this is the next part where I tell that one nice story about the Titanic time.
Absolutely.
I didn't know way makes up for it. It's like being like, she beats me, man. I don't think I can ever escape. She is a hell of a ball player, though. Oh, come on. That's, I guess, another fair moment for a break. If he's like going through his special and being like, where can I put these advertisements? I need this sweet, sweet ad revenue. Then sure, it kind of looks like it because they're not regularly placed by any means. So, you know, attention to detail, that's cool. I'm a little distracted, you know, I'm trying to judge the material as it is. I think it's the whole, like, husband-wife thing is kind of played out. IMO. He's had some funny, you know, some funny punches for sure. But I am super just distracted by the, like, thinking about it under the scope of, like, oh, shit, this is why your wife just flamed you in front of everybody. would never do that for her.
At the same time, there was a much smaller part of me that was like, bitch, you can't even let me die alone.
Okay, that's different. I revoke my... I think he's up there. He's emoting in some way. I thought he was laughing at the joke. He's not. He's kind of doing like, oh, man, oh, gosh. It's kind of some claptery stuff there. It's like,
What do I gotta do to get some me time? She won't even let me rest in peace. We both
yeah, this is all Youngman. You owe Youngman a lot of money, Singh.
believe in reincarnation too. She's gonna nag me into the next life. I'm gonna be in heaven for like 8 beautifully silent minutes, and then I'm gonna hear, babe.
Callback, that's cool. I'm not floored by any means, but like, it's, again, that's just glue. Callbacks, in my opinion, seem very much to be a crucial element to piecing a special together as one cohesive piece of work. Because you're connecting all of your, all of your different things that you're talking about. You're going back, making sure that this connects to what you were talking about before. And even if it's a little bit of a stretch, I still find it to be really endearing. It's true in songwriting too, if you say your chorus is based around one particular phrase, and then during the second or third verse, you throw in that phrase for the verse, not even as like the hook, just like kind of there's something very satisfying about that because you're staying on topic, and we get the little endorphin spike of like, oh, I remember that, or the member berries, So I genuinely, stylistically, I think they're worth doing, even if they're sometimes a little tedious or on the nose. Like that one kind of was. But it's like, it's still, and maybe I'm old school in that way, but I really liked that, even though I didn't like the joke. Oh boy, he's pulling out his cell phone.
Mama, I'm filming my special right now. Is everything okay?
Namaste, sunshine.
Oh, what the fuck is happening? This is weird. Okay, so after this, so they're laughing, and then it cuts. Important note that it cuts. And then he hears his phone ringing. He reaches down, looks at it.
Mama, I'm filming my
He says, Mom, I'm filming my special.
special right now. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay?
Namaste, sunshine.
And then it cuts completely to this other woman who's in this room, presumably his mother.
Did you remember to do your...
She's got killer style. I would wear the hell out of whatever shirt combo thing she's wearing. I would rock that. Girl got style.
prize pics?
Yes, I will remember.
It's a Prize Picks ad? I'm speechless. So you're doing this weird include your mom in the special thing for a Prize Picks ad? Who is that for? It's for Prize Picks. It's for Akaash so his special could get paid for. And clearly, he spent every penny of that sweet, sweet gambling money. He clearly spent it all on production for his special because this looks great, sounds great. The editing, immaculate. It's maybe some of the best I've ever seen in a special. But my God, that's a crazy, bold move.
Remember to do the prize picks read.
Don't
The Prize Picks read.
forget to tell them everything.
Forget to tell them everything, she says.
I won't forget. It's very simple. Prize picks is a number.
Oh boy, we're skipping this part. Fast forward. I hope Prize Picks can see. What a waste, man. What a waste. Way to use your mom for this shilling of gambling.
Sorry.
I'm not even high roading. I'm just like, that was such a weird. Talk about breaking it up, the fucking pace of the special. I guess he wrote it in, so it's technically a part of the writing. I don't love it. It does make me feel a little, but like,
Where were we?
I don't know. Now it's gonna be a hard cut. Yep, hard cut.
You guys have kids?
And we're back to the special. So there's no proof that that was even like that even happened during his special. I think that's a little Hollywood magic.
How many?
2.
2. That's beautiful. Boy and girl?
Yes.
Okay, good. My wife and I also are trying to have a baby.
No, you're not. You're gonna do the thing where you're like, I mean, she's on birth control, but whatever.
Hey,
But I'm coming out. I hate that I said that.
thank you. She doesn't know that yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, okay. See, so again, I guess there's value to knowing you're about to be like fooled. Like, it's like the magic trick thing where like, I'm about to be wowed. So this happens, and if it's what you knew something was going to happen, but if it's something that wasn't specifically that thing, it can still be very satisfying. I guess that's just if I'm analyzing what just happened there, where I'm like, okay, I guess technically that's not exactly how I thought that was going to go, so we'll call it clever. Alright, he knows what he did. He's doing like a there you go, right on. A little physical act out. That's very Schultz. Seemed very Schultzian.
Oh, man. Nah, she
Maybe I'll have to do one of his specials just since we're in this neighborhood.
actually does want a kid, but I want one even more, which is, I know it's corny to say, but I've always wanted to be like a dad my whole life. I think, no, thank you.
This is like low-hanging pandering. I don't know, it's dumb to say. This might just be me, but like, I do someday want kids if it's under the right situation. You're like, oh, wow. You do?
I would say it's like having
Oh, okay. Well, a couple more of these, and I'm going to have to take back how I so nicely complimented you earlier. It's another ad.
But what's different since meeting my girl is now I want to have a daughter more than I want to have a son. I never thought that'd be the case. Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay.
Absolutely. The idea of having a daughter just
Is it because he doesn't want his son to see him get big dogged by his wife all the time?
like her sounds so amazing. Because I want her to see what I've been dealing with this whole time. You know what I mean? That would be fun.
Okay. Same coin, different side. I won't give myself any points, but we were close.
Wouldn't that be fun for all of us? Oh, I can't wait. Until she comes in the house like, our daughter just loves to fight all the time for no reason.
Oh, I see. Okay, but he did the like, no, I'm kidding, she's nice thing. But now we're right back to, like, that's not the canon he's now developing the rest of his act around. The her being nice thing, that's not part of what he's saying now. We're back to the crazy version that he talked about for 23 minutes before. For a minute and a half, he was like, I'm kidding, I love her, she's good. But for real, it's like, oh, okay, so yeah. So all of your jokes are now dependent on us taking what you said initially very seriously, not the part about her being cool.
Wow, they ha-ha. God, I wonder where she got that from. Oh, what a Scooby-Doo mystery this is.
That's funny, Scooby-Doo. I like Ruby.
You know, the bigger reason I want to have a daughter
I don't know.
is I'm kind of scared to have a son because
No way.
I grew up in the 90s,
Okay, no.
and we were never taught back then how to be soft with other men. So I'm worried I won't be able to
I see.
access any softness for my son. With a daughter, that would be easy. Like if
Okay.
my daughter came up to me and was like, Daddy, I'm sorry I failed my math test. That's not going to happen because our daughter will be Indian, but like... Let's live in
Now that's a stereotype I'm familiar with.
this Candyland, if we can. And hypothetically, my daughter is like, oh, Daddy, I'm sorry I failed my math test. it would be easy to be like, listen, baby girl, there is no
I see. We're just gonna like yell at his kid,
failure. There
yell at his boy.
is only learning. So as long as you learn from this and you give me maximum effort from here on out, I do not care what the numbers say. That's going to take you further in life than...
Yeah, that's fairly insightful. My drum teacher used to say something very similar. A mistake is only bad if you don't know what you did,
any good test grade will.
or if you don't know why you made it.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I believe
The same thing, yeah. But if I saw my son, I'd be like, motherfucker.
I believe that. Tell that to your daughter that I'm still not looking at.
Put a bad taste in my mouth, kind of.
But if my son was like, hey, Dad, I'm sorry, I got a B on a math test, I'd be like, obviously, dumbass. Fucking idiot. At least your sister failed. You can learn something from failure. What can you learn from a B? You know what I learned? You couldn't be any dumber. That's what I learned. Feels like I'm
I see.
raising a real B-tard, actually. And then my wife was like, baby, what are you doing? I'd be like,
B-tard is funny.
what? I'm loving our...
I wonder if he made that up, because it does seem like something that, like, nerds would make fun of each other for and with, you know? Doesn't that seem like B-tard is like some schoolyard stuff that maybe I just wasn't privy to?
Son, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You make her feel like shit a lot and probably question his sexuality once or twice, and
Excuse me.
hopefully he turns into an upstanding human being. This is how I was taught that it's done.
Remember, because his dad was mean.
That's a scary thing, man. But you know what's even scarier? This is what I was not ready for, is the pervasive nature with which society disrespects dads.
The pervasive nature with which society disrespects dads. Okay, yeah, my mom always had this theory, and it's actually fairly poignant, where it's like she used to hate the trope of like dumb sitcom dad. So I wonder if that's the angle he's going for.
It's built in to the lingo. Example,
Dad joke?
if you make a bad joke,
I'm on point today.
like a really corny pun, what do people call it? Dad joke.
Boy, I've never seen this before. You know, because I remember when I had seen that, about halfway through Black Israelite, I realized that I had seen it before and like had forgotten. So, you know, I'm being honest when I say I've never seen Gaslit before, and I'm guessing my ratio's pretty good for guessing these punchlines.
How dare we as a society question this man's sense of humor? Because let me tell you something about your dad. He was hilarious. Until he met your mom.
Yeah, again, we gotta keep going back to this. It just does. It keeps going back to like, I hate my wife, because even if he's not talking about her right now, again, his only relationship experience is with her. So it's like this is all the romantic wisdom he can draw from.
You have no idea how hysterical this man was.
Okay, right, because dads were funny before they got... Daddy was funny before he met mommy.
Every week, him and his homies would sit together and make the most horrendous jokes.
That's true in my experience.
About dead babies.
Okay.
And people in wheelchairs. And every minority. And it was a bucket of laughs every time. Then one day your mom showed up, turned him into a human being, ruined everything.
Turn him into a human being. That was a good out.
Every time he said something funny and fucked up, she'd be like, babe, take it back. Why can't you be funny in a nice way? And that's what's left. Dad jokes.
That's fairly insightful, actually. That's pretty funny.
Dad, can I have a cookie?
I don't know, can you?
It's a classic.
Think he thinks that's funny?
Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad.
No, but this is a broken man. He's a POW in a war camp.
That's funny.
Dad jokes. They're disrespectful. You know what's even more disrespectful? If a guy gets a little bit of a pot belly, starts gaining a little weight in his stomach, what do they call it?
The beer gut?
Dad bod.
Oh, dad bod, yeah.
Oh, this one fucking gets my goat. Dad bod. The way we treat Dad when he gets fat. Oh, look at Dad's stomach.
It's funny because he's a real skinny little guy, so it's kind of nice to hear him going to bat. Again, I feel seen.
Put your ear in his belly button. You can hear the ocean.
That's genuinely funny. I'm really liking his act too. If this is a 3-act structure, then this would be the second act. That's very funny.
I've seen kids put their feet on it like he's a fucking ottoman. How dare you? Let me ask you something. What do you think your dad is supposed to look like? Because I will tell you a second thing.
We'll see where he goes with it.
If your father has a six-pack, he is
Cheating on your mom.
cheating on your mother. There's no other explanation.
Again, it's one of those where it's like, is that something that's so on the nose it could be predicted? Or is it feel familiar because it was supposed to be that way, like a good melody where you're like, this feels like I've heard it, but I just think it's because that's how it needed to go. So yeah, it's almost chicken or the egg. Is it hack or is it universal?
What else would this be for? Why are you in the gym?
Fine line between relatable and hackneyed.
Don't you got t-ball practice or something? I'm telling you, a good dad is a fat dad. Because he gave up on his own life the second you were born.
That's funny. Good take.
I've noticed this too. I'll see like these happy family breakfasts. Sunday morning.
Thought that would have been where you'd put an ad, but okay.
Slice of bacon.
Ooh, I accidentally pulled up the timeline below, and it's liberals versus conservatives as he gets into the second half of this thing.
And in the middle, Dad reaches for it. Mom slaps his hand. Babe, your cholesterol. And he's like, no, just let this happen.
Where did you see this? Who's this family you were watching eat?
A slab of bacon is the only sliver of happiness he has.
That's like a Homer Simpson joke.
Because he's a good dad. You could judge me if you want to, but I'll tell you what, if your dad is happy, you better be suspicious. If you look at your dad's eyes and he's got like this sincere sparkle, look through his phone book.
Look through his what?
Eyes and he's got like this sincere sparkle, look through his phone book.
Look through his phone book? Or is he saying look through his phone boo?
If you look at your dad's eyes and he's
It
got
doesn't matter, but I like when people misspeak.
like this sincere sparkle, look through his phone book.
I think he said look through his phone book.
I bet he got a couple text messages from Papa John's talking about sucking his dick.
Yeah, he said maybe bruh or something. Look through his phone, buh. All right, we're going to pause right there. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of reggae music as I hit the restroom. I'll be right back, and we'll continue this thing. Boom, boom. Hey, feels nice, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get back into Akaash Singh's special Gaslit.
See how unhappy this guy is? Yeah.
Look, he's married. We're gonna do a zoom in here too. I'll describe what I'm seeing.
See how unhappy this guy is?
Okay, everyone's pointing to him. It's a dude. Literally, there's people are just pointing and laughing at this guy. Yeah, he seems to be standing. He's sitting at the far side of the stage, right in the front row. So just really catching one of these profiles of Akaash the whole time. And so Akaash says, "You see, this guy hates his life or whatever."
Yeah.
Oh, it's because he's with some kids.
Meet Speedy and
Who the fuck is bringing their kids to go see Akaash Singh? I don't, it's shocked when you see a Kill Tony, a kid in Kill Tony's audience. Who the fuck are these parents?
I'll tell you, the only thing I don't look
I mean, cool, but also
forward to with having children is everybody tells me once you have.
Because when I was a kid, I loved stand-up comedy, but I think I don't know. Yeah, I guess I grew up going to a lot of blues shows and stuff because my parents were, my mom's a musician. My parents were very in the scene. So I grew up in smoky bars back when you could smoke in them, so.
Have kids, you have to start caring
Kids?
about politics. And no thank you. Because,
Wait, so now he doesn't want kids?
bro, you want to talk about being gaslit?
Gaslit?
I feel like normal people are being gaslit by both political parties.
Oh, wow. All right. Solid transition there for him. Talking about dads and dad bods and dad stuff, and then going from dad to once you have kids, you have to care about politics. Now hear about politics. Very well written transition, Akaash. Dude's a pro. To be honest, underrated comic, in my opinion, so far. And I got caught lots of times being about halfway through these specials and saying stuff like that. But, so far as I can tell, he's an underrated comic. Say what you will about the guy's personal life or what you think about his appearances on podcasts or his personality in general. This is well written.
Both sides have gotten so extreme, I don't even understand it.
This is 2024 in March, so it's, grain of salt and all that.
Look, I grew up in Texas, born and raised. I have some absolutely.
Man, I'm sick of Texas.
This is my home, and I have some crazy conservative friends whom I love. But I'll come back and talk to them and be like, wait, hold on, let me let me get this straight. So
this will be interesting. Because there is a fat degree of truth behind what he's saying. Let's see if he's able to bring home this take.
You think you can catch gay?
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, maybe people do think that. I don't know.
You think if a gay guy sneezes on you, you'll start sucking his dick?
Yeah, we're kind of on Monopoly guy territory here. We're did someone say this? Because that's a really ridiculous perspective that you're now lambasting. Didn't really do the homework for this Monopoly guy. One is fine. It's kind of the thing I'm noticing where you can get one solid line or punchline out of a Monopoly guy, and I don't find it to be offensive. But when you continue to bring it up and you continue to base material around this hypothetical thing that we have no proof exists, that only you have contrived the situation that you are now mocking. It's you can get away with one, in my opinion. Beyond that, it's Monopoly guy territory. And as we say, you know, as Beth, the Stelling method is establish a backstory so we understand why the Monopoly guy is dressed like the Monopoly guy. Anyway, see, educational purposes.
Look, I'm no scientist, but
Gasp.
I have never seen anyone being like, oh, bro.
Bro.
He must have sat next to a homosexual on the subway.
Okay, that's joke 2 on this Monopoly guy.
I have been fucking dudes nonstop.
Right, because that's what you said. Because, like, you could catch it, and now you're like, okay.
Since Tuesday. Oh, I can't even. Oh, God.
Ooh, he tried to sit down and was like, oh, I can't even do that because my butt is sore from sexing the gays. It's a really exorbitant act out on this hypothetical, ridiculous concept you've proposed. You've posed.
Oh, God, I hope this passes soon. Oh, I'm sick of this sore throat.
Because of penises.
I'm gonna have to call out of work. It's really coming into both ends.
Coming into both ends. Oh, it's like I gotta call into work. It's coming out of both ends. Wow, that's gross and poorly written. Jesus, bro.
Yo, right?
But again, you know, he makes it back with his stage presence. He scores a lot of points. He's got nice teeth and even better stage presence. Now, that's saying something, because those are some real fine chompers. Are those real? Are those really your teeth, Akaash? Damn, bro. That's like 1.5 inches of incisor.
Yo, right? Yo.
See, you know, he's someone. Yo, that feels like an organic response. He's playing to his room.
Took my man a second.
No, it didn't. It's just gross. It might have taken your man a second, I guess. It's really coming into both ends. I like wordplay, but again, that's word abuse, bro.
That was good. You got there, though. A little delayed, but you got there.
We're not the dumb ones here, Akaash.
Ah, man.
I'd feel less dumb if I was in a jacket like this, though. My God.
And
It's got patches and all kinds of symbols and languages and I think creatures on it.
gotta tell you an honest thing,
We
but
don't have enough creatures on our iconic, for our iconic looks. Like what, I guess the eagle for the States? Just like a lot of eagle stuff. Eagles are pretty sick.
buddy, I wish homosexuality
He's got like a tiger thing down there. That's cool.
was contagious. Because if it was, science would eventually develop a vaccine. And then you anti-vax motherfuckers have a real dilemma on your hands.
That's a funny hypothetical. But again, all of this last few minutes is all stemmed from his friend that thinks a gay guy can sneeze on you and you'll catch it. That's like all of this material is based on us believing that that happened. I think it's cheap. But also, maybe he genuinely thinks it's funny because, again, this is an hour and 20 minutes long. Like, he's not hurting for material, clearly. He just really likes that joke. I think it's flawed in its concept. Like, if he would have taken, again, let me pitch in good faith what I think could have made that funnier to me. I'm from Texas, you know, pretty much exactly the lead up he had. You know, I'm from Texas, you know, so I grew up with a lot of conservatives. My one friend, and then talk about how he's like a Jan Sixer and like he believes all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And he said, and I shit you not, he thinks you can catch gay. You know, and then we're like, oh, we know this guy a little bit. So then you can riff off of that opinion. I think by that point, you will have done the homework enough that we believe where this Monopoly guy cropped up from. You know, it's like Ace Ventura, oh, there's a Monopoly fucking convention. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have some explanation as to why it is that this ridiculous thing crossed your path in a believable way. Otherwise, it's hollow. A hollow shell, if you will.
I don't even care politically. I just want to watch the winds shift. All of a sudden, my conservative friends are like, hey, man, I'll tell you what.
Conservatives be drawing.
You just got to trust the science.
What's I Tell You What from? I Tell You What? It's a stand-up comedian. Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr in the early 2000s did the whole, like, I tell you what. I could be mistaken, but, like, he's the reason people think country people talk like that. Maybe, you know, I've probably heard southern people say that, but it's Bill's bit, bruh.
I put my faith in Fauci. That's a good man doing God's work.
Oh, if there was a vaccine for gay.
And for the record, I'm not letting liberals off the hook. I'm just as confused by the far left. People in New York City will yell at me. They'll be like, oh, okay, so just because a dude fucks dudes, you think he's gay.
Again, here we are with another Monopoly guy presented from the other side of the aisle. Like, sure, that would be a really ridiculous thing, and if you were reviewing someone's interview and he said that, and this is what your response was, that's very funny. But it just feels to me very much like you make up that you're making this up so that you can now go on and talk about it. It's a fine line, again, but, like, there has to be... It's like people who argue, like, well, it's a fantasy world. It's like, yeah, but you need grounding for the story itself to make sense. There has to be rules of reality that govern what's possible and impossible. And in this canon, you've just, like, created this flash in the pan of a character / perspective. So it's like, I've never heard a liberal say, so just because a dude fucks dudes, you think he's gay. You know, like, what, the line that, like, he could also be, like, pansexual or something? I don't know. I just don't believe that anyone ever said that to you. I think you said a ridiculous thing, so now you can talk about how ridiculous it is. Right, and they're all like, yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? But, like, I don't see the magic in this, because I didn't hear the guy say that. It's just like my liar friend telling me a crazy story. I'm like, no, it's dude.
Is this a trick question? I don't understand. I do know we need to evolve, okay? Like I said,
Okay.
I grew up in the 90s.
So it was just one on the Monopoly guy thing. For now.
We were wildin'. We would see a dude doing ballet and be like, gay!
There's a good amount of people that would do the same thing now. That's the whole, like, legalized comedy movement, unfortunately, what it has devolved into.
That's terrible, yo. I can't believe we did that, right? That's messed up. A dude doing ballet is not automatically homosexual. He is probably homosexual. But that's not a statement of fact, it's just an educated guess based on probabilities. You know, strong...
Okay, fair enough.
Hypothesis, really. But I'm gonna be honest, I am trying to get more liberal. Because I think about having kids, and I've realized something. How do I put it?
I have no idea where he's going with this.
You know how we all have at least one grandparent who's, like, really racist? It's like an uncomfortable thing for everyone to deal with. You know what that is? That's a guy...
What is it? So I gotta plug in the old phone here. Since this special's a little longer, my coverage is a little longer, and thus my phone was not going to make it all on its own. Alright, come on here. I'm gonna pop this up just a bit. There you go. And relax. There we go. Boom, pat. Okay, so back to it. Why are grandpas be racisting?
That got stuck in their time and then never evolved with society. right? And I don't know about you, but I do not want to be that 50 years from now. Yes,
The guy, yeah.
absolutely. That scares me. I can't be that guy. So
This guy's got a lot of opinions.
I'm trying
Not Akaash, but that crowd member.
to learn, but just,
No, the woke man. So annoying.
I mean, they just make it hard, these liberals.
Oh.
They're always doing too much. Always.
See, like, this is what I mean. Because, again, this is 2024. But this was why, during my Timmy No Breaks coverage, I was, like, appalled when he was like, yeah, it was so woke, you would have hated it, man. Like, you know, like, I used to be very liberal, but then, like, the woke movement, you know, it just got to be too much. Like, they're doing too much. And it's literally what he's saying right now. Again, it's hackneyed. For some people, it's like, well, I mean, okay, so in the case of a special, like we've said before, sure, this is more of a review of all the jokes that you've written and put into one cohesive unit over the last, like, year or 2 years. So some of it's going to be a little dated. I can make room for that in my mind. Timmy No Breaks saying it on a podcast because he's trying to, like, pander to David Lucas was just fucking ick, dude.
Liberals.
If those are your opinions, fine, but, like, we're gonna podcast on that fucking platform. Do you think it's a little tired, Tim?
Always doing too much. Always. Like, this is a true story. A good friend of mine came out to me as being non-binary.
Oh boy. Oh, they try to make me call them they. That's for plurals.
And I love
Go what?
them, and I accept their lifestyle, whatever it is. But the whole thing was just... First of all, they
Oh boy, here we go.
FaceTime me to tell me.
You did say they FaceTime me to tell me.
Come on, you can't text me this?
Okay, just because that's... If your friend asks you to call him something, like, why be a dick about it?
Send a mass email. BCC your boy. What?
I see FaceTime because, like, then he'd be seeing his reaction or something.
30 minutes. He had a whole rigmarole. Oh, Akaash, I have to live my truth.
He had a whole rigmarole. Oops.
I'm coming.
Again, oops has happened, but there will be people that'll do it intentionally, which also cracks me up. Tyra Vera made this point before as well, but, like, it's so funny when you see on the right, because, like, if you adhere to a trans person's pronouns, you know, say it's a trans woman, if you don't call her a him, then the conservatives will jump on your ass about not using the proper pronouns that they see to be the proper pronouns, and they don't see the irony in that. They're like, we're so sick of pronouns. You have to say the pronouns that we think it is. It's very, very funny. A lot of hypocrisy to that.
Coming out of the closet as a non-binary. I hope you're not mad. I hope we can still be friends. Please don't be upset.
Okay.
I had to stop them and be like, yo, come on, man. How could I ever be upset at you about something like this?
Oh, boy.
I don't know what it means.
Okay. It's a well-written punchline. I could never be mad at you for something like this. I don't know what it means. Like, it's clever.
Honestly,
Again, I don't love the character that Akaash is portraying here, and I don't necessarily, like, subscribe to some of these ideals of, like, women be shopping and yada yada yada. But, like, again, structurally speaking, this writing is, in my opinion, quite sound.
I thought we were talking about computers this whole time.
Because binary, ones and zeros and what have you.
What is a non-binary? And then they got offended.
Okay.
Yeah, they were scoffing like, oh, fucking asthma attack. This guy.
Okay.
this person had. They had a fucking
Again, we'll take your word for it.
emphysemas flare up.
He's probably, if I'm giving benefit of the doubt, he's using this hypothetical to set up like a universal truth, maybe.
Non-binary just means I don't really care about being a man or a woman. And I was like, who does, dude?
What?
That's weird. Let me tell you something.
If it's weird, let's go back for that. I have no idea what the fuck he means by this.
Non-binary
He's gonna clarify after this, I'm sure, but I want to see if I can figure it out first.
just means I don't really care about being a man or a woman.
And he's saying, well, who does?
And I was like, who does, dude?
Okay.
That's weird.
What's weird is the phrasing that you have presented us with, that's for sure.
Let me tell you something. If you see a guy walking around like, no, I am a male. And it is incredibly important to identify me as such.
Okay. I mean, your whole first act was about, I'm a man and she's a woman, and those two things are, at their core, quite different.
That guy's gay.
That guy's gay. Okay. Alright, because the ballerina. See, callback. Fair enough. Gets a little sticky, but yeah. I found it funny. I found it to be satisfying. I didn't really laugh or anything.
Or he's Ben Shapiro. These are, yeah,
Because Ben Shapiro, says that he's a man. I see, because if you're, I'm a man, that guy is gay. Okay. And apparently Ben Shapiro does that kind of a thing. Wouldn't know. Seems like a great place for an ad break, but it looks to me like there's one in 30 seconds instead.
I had to cut them off and explain to them, like, hey, come on now. I love you, y'all. I will die for you. You're not my family by blood, but you're my fucking family.
He's talking about them. They're his non-binary friend.
But I do, absolutely. I still love them, however they identify. I don't give a fuck.
Down.
So, okay, well, I kind of take back what I said earlier, because it seems like he either got lazy or just got lucky with the first ones. Because now his fucking ads are just right in the middle of everything. There were a couple that timed out really well, but it seems like he got bored and just said, fuck it.
But I do ask for a more honest conversation. Just sit me down, look me in my eyes, and say, hey, Akaash, sometimes I want to suck dick.
Okay.
God bless you, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I share the sentiment. I don't give a fuck.
That sounds fantastic. I think I speak for every married man in this room when I say there's not enough dick sucking going on this planet.
Women be shopping. Okay.
You ask me, you're doing God's work.
Pretty funny take on it all. You know, if that's what he said to his friend, that's very funny. It's very movie dialogue, comedy movie, you know, New York setting style joke.
Suck away, my friend. Suck as much as you can. Let these married girls know they got some competition breathing down their neck.
Okay, cool. You know, I like that. It's, I think he does a better job in that last joke of making you feel kind of on edge because he's saying something that's got a little bit of an edge to it, and then like bringing it back in a way that's like kind of lukewarm and very palatable and funny. James Donald Forbes McCann bases his whole act around trying to pull that off. I think Akaash is doing it fairly well here. Not flawlessly, in my opinion, but...
Or dribbling down your neck, whatever.
What? What?
or dribbling down your
What
neck
the fuck is he talking about?
as much as you can. Let these married girls know they got some competition breathing down their neck.
Oh, breathing down their neck or dribbling down your neck. Okay. Yeah, more wordplay. I like it.
Whatever. Same to same, you know.
Not bad for a tag, you know. A little funny, little chortle. Keep it going a little.
Like I said, though, we gotta grow. We were taught our whole lives there's only two genders. And now I know not everyone feels that way, and I empathize. That sounds awful, so I'm trying to grow.
There's just some weird edits, kind of cutting pretty hard back and forth. Again, they do it over multiple nights, and his stylist and everything. Everyone did a good job of making it. The continuity is there, but those cuts are still jarring, whether they're from the same night or not.
I remember it was 2019. I looked up how many genders there were.
See the guy like, oh.
You know how many genders there were? 63.
They gasp.
Hold
I
on.
don't know. That's what you get for going and asking weird questions. Why do you care?
It gets crazier. I looked it up again in 2021 because I was doing a show in Portland and I needed to study my enemies.
Was that I've seen? Oh, anyway. Doing it in Portland, I needed to study my enemies. Okay, so we like studied the nod. That's why I said, "Why would you care?" And then he answered almost immediately. So here's to him for that.
I looked it up again in 2021 because I was doing a show in Portland and I needed to study my enemies.
Okay.
You know how many genders there were in 2021?
How many were there?
72.
Okay, so like 10 more. So I was kind of expecting something way more egregious, but sure.
Is this not a misuse of time to anyone else?
I mean, we're all sitting here watching stand-up comedy, so glass houses.
We added 9 genders in a pandemic? Multiple
His emphasis is so weird. In a pandemic, diabetes.
millions died. We developed 9 genders and 3 vaccines? Honestly, 2 vaccines, because you can't count that Johnson & Johnson.
Very specific joke.
Some people probably didn't make it to this show because they got the Johnson & Johnson. Barely a booster. And to be clear, I am not saying 72 is too many genders. What I'm saying is 72 is too
Okay.
many anything.
Even virgins? I'm just kidding. I know it's not Islamic.
I don't care what we're talking about. Hey, y'all are not going to want to admit it out loud, but I'll say it. 72 is too many virgins.
Yeah, I'm good. Man alive. Woo, you boys still got it. We're on a hot streak tonight.
You just nodded at your girl. You're Muslim. I know, bro. And I'm not trying to disrespect Muslims or Islam. All I'm saying is,
Again, I don't watch any of his stuff at all. I just seem to be very much on the same wavelength.
if it is, and they are right, and we are lucky enough to get up to heaven, I think we would all be like, Allah, thank you so much for letting me in. You are a great, gracious God. I just...
Okay. Alright, because, like, too many. Oh, no, what's the puppet guy? He had this bit where he had, like, this, like, extremist, this, like, a Middle Eastern extremist guy, a Muslim extremist guy character for his puppets. He was talking about 72 virgins, and then this other puppet was like, 72 virgins? Yeah, well, I don't want 72 virgins. I want an experienced girl. Give me one experienced girl who knows what the fuck she's doing. I think that's kind of what he's doing here.
I don't know what to do with all of this.
He's playing the puppet.
Wow. It is a little overwhelming. Not trying to disrespect, But my definition of heaven was not 72 virgins. It was... It's more like 4 whores.
It is pretty much the same joke. I mean, like, you know, well written in its phrasing. It's funny. But also, you know, in concept, it's the same joke. I'm going to go refill my Mio real quick. Sorry for the back-to-back breaks. This one will be real fast. Minor. And Akaash Singh. Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. I got my meal. We're going right back to it, just like I promised you. Anyway, we're at 48:33 of 118:28. Just say reaching around the third act of Gaslit.
You know, I did a lot of not fucking to get here. So, I don't want to keep. You know what I mean? If I could offer you a little...
You did a lot of not fucking to get here. Okay, because, like, that's one of the rules to get up.
Tradesy poo. I will give you 72 virgins for just 4 sluts. It's an 18-to-1 exchange rate. It's
an 18-to-1 exchange rate. Okay. Math jokes. That's fun.
It's basically pesos to dollars, really, when you think about it.
Little geography joke.
Again, I'm not saying there are only 2 genders. I don't believe that. But sometimes people get offended anyway. Like, that's bullshit, Akaash. All 72 genders are valid and viable. Really? Then name 9.
Okay.
I'll make y'all a deal. If 4 dudes in here can name 9 genders, I'll suck all your dicks right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
To completion. I don't care.
Okay. Such a weird detail.
Well, I looked it up again in 2023. You know how many there were on the list I saw? 108.
That's more than 73.
Again, I am not saying there's only 2. I'm just saying it's not Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah. We have a Scooby-Doo reference and a Pokemon reference.
Well, you keep creating new ones, and I gotta catch them all. I'm tired. So let's settle on a number. A generous number. 31. That's how many there should be. If it's good enough for Baskin-Robbins, it's good enough for the rest of us.
Ah, Baskin-Robbins. So many pop culture references from the early 2000s. Baskin-Robbins is still a thing, but the last thing I heard about him wasn't good.
Plenty of
Those bad friends they were just talking about Baskin-Robbins.
options at a Baskin-Robbins. Can you imagine you take your homie in a Baskin-Robbins and he's looking around like, you know, I'm just not seeing myself.
Okay, because like there's 31, that's plenty of choices.
With any of these. I think it would be like, man, you look like a rainbow rum raisin to me. Take one and shut the fuck up.
Rainbow rum raisin to me, okay?
Spoiled.
Comes off really intense. He's like, shut the fuck up. All right, man, woof. He is definitely the big dog in all these imagined scenarios. It's very interesting. More like Akaash King.
And I'm gonna keep it more real. I think I have a right to talk like this as an Indian.
Talk like what?
Because when I took a standardized test in high school, and they asked for my ethnicity, well, hey, brown people, y'all know, what were the bubbles? White, black,
I want to say Eskimo was on there.
Hispanic, Asian, Pacific Islander.
It was an Eskimo.
I have never been called Asian in my life. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what a Pacific Islander is. But it was
I know the exact exchange rate from dollars to pesos.
close enough. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, even if they added an
Okay.
Indian Pakistani bubble, and one of my Bangladeshi friends was like, whoa, what is this about? I'd be like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I see, okay. It's kind of doing one of these faces.
What you even need to take this test for? You're just gonna be a busboy at a fancy restaurant anyway.
Apparently, maybe that's a Bangladeshi stereotype of some kind or another. All kind of goes over my head, but the audience seems to be enjoying it.
I'm starting to analyze these things too. Why am I not more liberal, but why are these liberals always losing? Yeah, some losing ass liberals. Here's the thing I realize about liberals. I
mean, at the time, there was a Democratic president, right?
almost always agree with their messaging, but they lose me on the marketing.
They're just way too in your face about it. David Lucas, he recites the same kind of wisdoms.
They're very poor marketers, these liberals. For example,
They're just too in your face about it.
I agree with the messaging. I hope we all do. That there is a problem with the way black people are policed in this country and it needs to change. Absolutely.
Some reluctant applause. Okay. Switching to ads now, are we? Again, weird timing. So much attention to detail early on, and then he just got, what, sick of hearing himself?
That is messaging I 100% agree with. The marketing was a little tougher for a guy like me.
Interesting. See, here he goes again. This is seemingly pretty edgy stuff.
Because the term they came up with was defund the police.
Oh, I see. Right, okay. This should be interesting. Again, this is one of the edgier bits that I've seen. I mean, he's had more than one of the edgiest bits I've seen in the past several. I mean, even more so probably than, like, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, where it's a lot of, like, dancing around the issues using buzzwords rather than, like, you know, taking on something that people don't want to hear and then making it, you know, I keep using the word endearing. That's my word of the day.
Guys, just take a look at me. I am very rapeable.
Self-deprecation there, that's fun. Not where I expected him to go with that. In fact, I could have thought of a lot of other adjectives.
Even this girl is laughing right here. She's laughing. I don't blame. She's like, yeah, no, I see it. She's yeah. She's like, yeah.
Okay. He's, you know, playing with the crowd a little.
Oh. And for the record, I am not saying this arrogantly. I am not saying you want to. I'm simply saying if you did, what I'ma do.
Okay.
I'm short, I'm slow, my spin move is not what it used to be.
Short. Aha!
So absolutely yes, let's improve the police. Also, please keep funding them. To protect my booty hole from a breaking and entering.
Gross.
Again, great messaging, not so great marketing. Another example, I think we can all agree with the messaging. We should probably protect.
Yeah, this is interesting. What's he call this section here? The problem with liberal M must be media.
Marketing,
probably.
Another example, I think we can all agree with the messaging. We should probably protect the planet. Marketing really dropped the ball on this one.
It's funny.
Because the term they came up with was global warming.
Well, it was Al Gore, someone very specific, but go on.
Guys, literally half the planet thinks that sounds spectacular. I know it's hot in Texas.
Yeah, true, right.
But I travel. I've been in Minnesota and seen snow in September.
Oh, yeah.
And if you told me on that day that the only problem with pollution is it gets hotter, I'd have walked outside and shot 2 aerosol cans in the air.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like a Palestinian on 9/11.
It's not a take I've heard on global warming, very old concept, but you know, it's a new perspective.
I'd have let it off.
Aerosol.
Get through the ozone.
He's doing like a foot in the air dance thing. Ulating, I believe that's called.
Full commitment. Son, you know how amazing that sounds to someone who lives in New York? Let California sink into the ocean. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, we hate them. I get it.
What do we lose? Silicon Valley and some silicone tits? I think we'll be fine.
Ooh, silicone, back to back. That's funny, you know, clever.
Come to Manhattan. We got beaches now. Again, good messaging, bad marketing. And the most egregious example is sadly the most divisive one.
Oh boy, okay. Again, he's done a good job of like actually saying some things that are uncomfortable, but still maintaining his own charisma throughout, which is tough. Like I said, it's a tightrope.
Now, I'm just going to say this, whether you agree or disagree, let's just wait for the joke part, all of us. I agree with the messaging that a woman should be allowed to get an abortion if she feels that is the only available option.
James Donald Forbes McCann does not.
That's messaging type.
He thinks there shouldn't be any. No abortions.
Again,
There's no incest. How do babies like me get born?
messaging, I
It's an Australia joke. Cheers.
agree with. Marketing, easily the worst in human history. Because the term
That is hilarious canon in my head. Little head canon, if you will. James Donald Forbes McCann is against abortion in all forms because if incest babies weren't a thing, he wouldn't exist. I have a hot take.
term liberals came up with was pro-choice. Guys, the term pro-women was right there.
They really like that for some reason. Maybe I don't get it, but he's saying like instead of calling it pro-choice, you call it pro-women. Okay.
You could be pro-women, but liberals are like, no, you know what people like better than women? Options.
That's funny.
Who likes choices that much? Has any of us sat at a Cheesecake Factory like, man, I wish this menu had a couple more pages?
Are we kind of back to Baskin Robbins and non-binary people? 31 is enough.
Was anybody taking the SATs like, hey, these questions either E, F, and G, real talk? Really set this test off. No, fuck multiple choice. If the SAT was an essay test, I might be a doctor right now instead of yelling at y'all.
If the SAT was an essay test, I'd probably be a doctor right now instead of yelling at y'all. Essay test. Like a written essay? The fuck is he on about?
Really set this test off. No, fuck multiple choice. If the SAT was an essay test, I might be a doctor right now instead of yelling at y'all.
If the SAT was an essay test, Yeah, I think that means like if he was writing an essay instead of doing the SATs. I am baffled by that joke. I do not get it.
And that's the thing about conservatives. You might not agree with their messaging, but the marketing, on point, fantastic. You might not agree with the messaging of being anti-abortion, but the term pro-life?
Yeah, they do kind of win that. That is funny. I see what he's saying.
Flames.
Okay, yeah. Especially when held in comparison to pro-choice versus pro-women. That's good.
Holy shit! That is the greatest marketing in history. Imagine it has nothing to do with childbirth. You don't have no idea what these terms mean, and someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, are you pro-choice or pro-life?"
Yeah, right. It's like the calling yourself the reasonablists, that kind of thing. It's pretty classic.
I think you would be like, "That's the easiest choice I've ever made in my life."
Because choice. Clapter. We recognize that what you did was good and we liked it, but not enough to laugh at it.
TikTok ads changed.
Okay. So we're getting right toward the hour mark. And it's funny, I can feel myself like getting to that point where I'm like, oh, that was a fun one, but we still got 20 full minutes. And I'm not gonna skimp. I'm going all in, leaving it all on the field today.
I'm sorry, dude. What the fuck?
Oh boy, it's another ad.
Grani, can I call you
Baroni?
back? I'm filming the special.
Wait, did you
Oh, it's his wife. Oh, shit.
remember to do both Prize Picks ads?
Boy, she does sound like she's annoying as hell. You know what I mean? Like, after all of that, now you're going to introduce her, actually, like, show her face
Yeah, I remember
and have her tone be that of, like, did you remember?
to do Prize Picks. Why does no one have faith in me?
But don't forget to mention that
I won't.
Okay.
Can we? Two really do the thing.
Okay, and then another hard cut and he's back. So it's like, I've never seen anyone put that much effort into doing a live ad read on their stand-up comedy. So I guess props for innovation. I do not hope we see more of it, but it was innovative.
I've been doing a lot of self-analysis too, really digging into feelings, because it's a little embarrassing to admit, but
Oh boy.
I used to think I hated white women. I know. I used to walk around being like, they're not the devil because they're white because they're the devil.
That's funny.
And it was still fun to say, I gotta be honest. But I had to sit and say, I don't want to hate an entire race of people. That's fucked up. And I realized it's not true at all. Oh, I don't hate white women. And I'm sorry I used to say that.
I hate white people.
What I hate is liberal white women.
Oh, liberal. Okay.
Conservative white women, not that bad. You know the most hateful thing
This is hilarious. Okay.
one of them has ever said to me? Bless your heart.
We're doing the bless your heart thing.
What? That's supposed to be hateful?
Anytime someone from the South tries to say talk shit about people, they say, well, bless their heart. I hope they die.
God, you're sweet. Oh my goodness, we can't.
So he's done I tell you what and bless your heart, which is two of the biggest, like, American South cliche-isms.
All you some blessings? This bitch sending them straight to my heart. How am I hate her? Ah, what a wonderful woman.
Okay, but...
And the second most hateful thing a conservative white woman has ever said to me, I'll pray for you.
Did you hear that person just shriek? Ah! They've heard that before.
Hey, thanks again, bitch. Oh, you are so sweet. That is thoughtful. Ah, because I know she knows we believe in different gods. And just in case
I genuinely think you're the only one that cares, man.
mine is wrong, she out here watching my 6. And just in case mine is wrong, she out here watching my 6. Wow, you are quite kind, Karen.
A Karen joke. Whoa.
You know what? Bless your heart, bitch. Right back at you.
How long is this section here? Let's see. Conservative white women. Okay. Oh, wow. The next one is called The Fight. Well, you know, I won't spoil it.
That's the beauty of conservative white women. They don't cancel you because Christ will do it for them. I don't have to do nothing. He's going to hell. And conversely, that is the danger of liberal white women.
Because they're atheists. I see.
They're not religious. That means they're thinking,
I have to be the retribution.
hell does not exist. So I must make his life one.
That's funny. Again, it's another turn of phrase, like wordplay joke. I like them. They're not great for like knocking people on the asses, but like, yeah, it's clever. I like it.
And that terrifies me.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're in another ad here. He's really cramming him in at the end. Between his own ad copy and pulling his wife and mother into being part of the I don't know. Again, I'll give him props for because it was an innovative way of approaching an ad read.
I'm telling you, if I see a white woman at a show with a cross on her neck, I look at her like an American embassy. I'm like, oh, I'm safe here. No harm will befall me in this space.
Okay.
But if she
Has blue hair.
has a crystal on her neck,
Yeah, okay.
oh, this is treacherous terrain. Oh.
Yeah. Very funny.
Let me tell you, if she got a Black Lives Matter button, I'm like, oh my goodness. Brown lives are gonna stop mattering real soon to this bitch, I think.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Brown lives are gonna stop. If she's wearing a Black Lives Matter patch or pin, then that's even worse. Brown lives are gonna stop meaning.
Let me tell you, if she got a Black Lives Matter button, I'm like, oh my goodness. Brown lives are gonna stop mattering real soon to this bitch, I think.
Clarify?
That's
No clarification.
why I act out. I like
That's why he acts out.
trolling white feminists, that's all.
Likes to troll white feminists. Oh boy, the obligatory feminists. What even is it? Material.
You know my favorite thing to do? I look them right in their eyes and go, you know what? I don't even believe in women's rights.
Yeah, but again, that's an old school playground joke. You want to hear a joke? Women's rights. Oh. It's like one of the classic, like,
I just don't understand it
don't get me wrong, as a young man, I got a lot of mileage out of that, but you're getting paid a lot of money for that one.
logically.
I'm not gonna lie, you know, this whole section feels like it could have gotten deleted. That would have saved you a good 6 minutes of this hour and 18-minute special.
I just don't understand it logically.
But, you know, it seems like maybe he's building into using, you know, the whole, like, difference between, you know, like maybe the collective white woman character is going to become pertinent for his closer. Because we are coming into the last 15 minutes or so.
I do believe in lesbians' rights.
It's so funny to hear him say lesbians. Lesbians.
I do believe in lesbians'
Lesbians.
rights. That one makes sense to me.
Okay.
I should probably explain.
Yeah, I mean, you've presented an outlandish concept. You'd probably, yeah, anyway. I'm nitpicking now.
The main thing women can legitimately complain about is the fact that they make like 75 cents for every dollar that a man makes.
Okay. I've always wondered about that statistic. I'm not saying I don't think it's true, but like, was that like for the same job, like, or like in general? Like men made this much, women make this much, or like we're talking like at every place you work at, it's like you get paid less for being a chick. Maybe that's how it is. I don't think I've ever worked anyway. Usually the women I work with fucking kill it. I'm a bartender.
And
They
that
make way more money than me.
is a terrible thing. Truly.
Okay, yeah, sure. If that's true, which I'm not saying it's not true. Very well could be true, but like, because I've heard that forever. Even if it was true in the '90s, is it still true now? Like,
But if you're a heterosexual girl, you're just gonna marry a dude, and now we both got $1.75.
okay. So he knows that the legitimate claim that all women have to being victims is that they make 75 cents to $1. But he thinks that's fine because he's going to marry a dude and make $1.75 together. Don't you know that your money is her money, Akaash?
I would love for you to get this quarter. It goes into a joint bank account.
I see. Okay, so like that was his point. Not that like it's okay because we'll make it together if you get married. It's saying like we only make 175. I want you to make that full dollar because then we make it together.
But these poor lesbian couples.
Oh, I see. It's because they both make 75.
Are trying
He's got like an indignant look of like, he's
to survive on $1.50. And that is injustice.
okay. Another math joke.
That's something I'll march against.
Hey, didn't they say he's usually pulling from his like Indian heritage? Google AI. Not really. Not really at all. Maybe like kind of in his first joke a little bit. But like almost none of this has been specific to him being Indian. And granted, he's got other work, and I'm sure it is heavily draws on that. But it is funny. Google AI is like, he probably talks about background as an Indian guy. If I had to guess.
To be honest with you, we should both march against these gay dude couples making $2.
Again, it's another like weird cultural math joke.
Everybody
Like, okay, yeah, that all checks out.
is always like, how do gay dudes live in the best neighborhoods? $2.
Okay.
That's why they get to walk around wearing designer clothes. Meanwhile, these poor lesbians got to dress like Popeye.
Okay.
So that's what's on clearance.
That's pretty funny.
Actually, you know what? I need to sit for this next part, so let's do this.
He's jogging up the stairs on the stage. He's walking over. He's grabbing a bench. Right off the wall, it was benches. Okay, so he just pulls this bench right out of the wall.
Yo, how funny would it be if I fell right now?
It would be very funny if you fell right now.
You.
And then he put an ad. Okay. So in a way you fell. Your soul fell. Your credibility fell.
Okay, let me get a water.
It's like a nice long stretch here without any ads before we get to the end, so that's nice. That's nice of him to do.
Okay.
We're coming to about the 10-minute mark here before we're at the end, so we're on the home stretch, my friends. He's sitting down for his closer. Let's see how he brings it in for a landing on Akaash Singh's Gaslit.
So, backstory before I explain what I'm about to explain. My wife does this thing where we will be watching a TV show or whatever, and she'll look at me with her beautiful brown eyes and say,
I bet it's something awesome that makes her look not like an asshole.
babe, I need you to know, if you ever cheat on me, I will cut your cock off.
Yeah, okay. We believe you.
and kill you in your sleep. I know how I do it. I know where I bury the body. It's like a step-by-step thing, she always tells me.
All right, but okay, I'll say this. We kind of already know that he's introduced the character of his crazy wife. So this crazy thing that is previously described crazy wife says is believable. He's done the time to write her a backstory, whether it's a character or this is something she actually says a lot. We know it's not just made up so that he can be silly about it. It's at least he's done the homework. We at least know this character who's saying this thing. And it seems to be in line with her previous motivations.
I was just kind of sitting there like, how did we get from Modern Family to this? I don't understand what Phil Dunphy said to trigger you.
Phil Dunphy, you see, is a character from Modern Family.
But I'm faithful to my wife, so I don't usually trip on it. But then one time a few years ago, we were watching this movie, Wolf of Wall Street. Have you guys seen this?
It's like 3 people. It was a super popular movie. That's weird.
For those of you who have not, Leonardo DiCaprio's character is living the greatest life.
Okay, I see. He's doing like a bunch of blow and he's like a Wall Street guy, one of the original Wall Street playboys.
Any man.
Of course, this New Yorker looks up to that.
I mean, he is doing drugs and crashing cars and tossing midgets at targets.
Who's yelling?
Doing drugs and crashing cars and tossing midgets at targets.
What is he yelling?
And crashing cars and tossing midgets at targets.
Is he just yelling something that happened in the movie? That's weirdly inappropriate, my man. Akaash is like looking over that direction, like he's kind of doing this with his watch. I think he might have thought he needs to be a crowd work guy.
This guy is basically the white DMX.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
And it's incredible. But then midway through that movie, my wife looked at me and was like, if I found out you ever had sex with a hooker, I would something, life insurance policy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that time it bothered me. And I could not figure out why for years. Because
thought about this for years?
Like I said earlier, I am faithful to my wife, and I honestly believe having an affair with another woman is the worst thing you can do to the one that you love. You are forming not just a physical, but an emotional connection.
Okay, right. Not a bold stance or anything. Right on.
With a woman who is not the one you promised your heart to, it's a betrayal on the deepest level, and I'm not perfect as a husband at all, but I have never come close, and I pray that I never do.
Yay, applause for being a nice guy. What the fuck?
Absolutely.
There's a reluctance to that. Oh, never mind. There's a sneaky ad right here. You just popped it in there, didn't you? Oh, double ad. Back to back. Not skippable yet. And here we go.
There's no emotional connection. That is crazy. That is not an affair.
What's he talking about?
That is crazy. That is
This really weird face and noises he's making now.
not an affair.
That's weird.
That is crazy. That is not an affair. That is a business transaction.
Okay, I see. That's such a weirdly specific hill to die on. Actually, I've also heard people talk about this, like hookers aren't cheating, that's a business transaction.
And
I heard that like verbatim.
I can honestly
Who said that? I heard that very recently.
say I have never solicited a
I
sex.
feel like that's a the regs thing I heard. Actually, I'm almost certain it's like Dan Soder and Louis J. Gomez joking. That's a business transaction.
Sex worker. But I know why they exist. Let me explain something. A hooker is not someone with whom you have an affair.
Yeah, that's what you said. It's a business transaction, right? You're gonna elaborate on something more and provide more information, clearly.
A hooker is someone
You pay for sex?
who keeps you from having an affair.
Oh, I see, okay. More wordplay.
You know those nets Native Americans hang in the corner of their bedroom?
This would be interesting to see where he's going.
To catch nightmares?
Oh yeah, dream catchers.
A hooker is like one of those.
So weirdly specific and drawn out.
For affairs.
I see. Like, okay. Hookers are like dream catchers. But
She's a cream catcher.
right, but you didn't say dream catcher earlier. You know, so people that don't actually know the name. Whatever. Nah, I'm nitpicking.
You can laugh, it's okay. Don't cover your face, don't cover your face. Let it go. Let it breathe.
Okay.
Let the laugh, remove both hands. Just laugh, it's okay. But again, I couldn't figure out why this moment bothered me because, like I said, never solicited a sex worker, and I am
Yeah, sure.
faithful to my wife. So I was like, what is going on? And then I realized it's because this is the moment I learned I love my wife more
Oh boy.
than she loves me.
This guy used an American Redux video earlier, but it seems like he a little bit took it out of context, because this is clearly a joke. Like, the other stuff I agree with him on, but this was... He used this in bad faith.
So the sex worker, and I am faithful to my wife. So I was like, what is going on?
Yes, he said these things, but also, like, this is a setup to a joke. It's not just the character he's portraying of his wife that seems to fit the bill. This isn't him being sad or reflective. Like, this is, I mean, I think, let's see how he ends it.
And then I realized it's because this is the moment I learned I love my wife more than she loves me. And that hurts.
Right, like, he kept that in.
Because like I said earlier, marriage is a job. And we are managers at this marriage.
Okay.
And our primary job is to meet each other's needs.
So, what's he about to say?
My wife has
that she could... I'm not going to venture a guess here. Or risk coming off sounding a little bit redacted.
emotional needs I have to meet every single day. I have to talk to my wife every single day.
Oh, God. Keep this part in, bro. Maybe he did, I don't know.
And I don't mean casual conversation, that's easy. No, this is put my phone away.
No, he did keep this in. I've heard this before.
Make deep eye contact. Emotional engagement, thoughtful response. Remember the name of every one of her dumbass coworkers.
No. Again, every time his wife has come up, except for that one chaser of like, just kidding, I like her. Every time his wife has come up, she has only been portrayed as the worst.
Even though she barely liked them bitches. But I do it every day because when you're married, it is your job to meet your partner's needs.
Okay, so she doesn't meet your sexual needs, so you think that if you didn't meet hers, then you would be happy? Let's see where he's going.
But if I
I
can
really hope it's not that angle, because the word cuck gets thrown around a lot involving him, and let's just hope this isn't part of his joke.
be honest, I'm not always in the mood.
Uh-oh.
For whatever reason. I had a long week of work.
I have a headache.
I have a headache.
I'm so fucking good.
I'm feeling gassy. But I swear to you this.
Imagine being a
Oh, fuck you. Sorry, excuse me. That's just such a cheap ad break.
If a service existed where a mysterious man
He's really playing the tension quite well. He's letting it build. I respect that.
came to our home in the middle of the night,
Don't say it, Akaash. Future Akaash has to live in a world where past Akaash says whatever you're about to say.
and talked this bitch's
Okay, yeah, there you go.
ear off.
That's funny. Nice job, man. Well done.
You know what I mean? Just talk the shit out of my wife.
Talk the shit out of my wife is very funny.
Talk her good. In the bedroom, in the bathroom, on the kitchen counter. Get on the floor if you have to. Just talk all night long.
See, I think the audience is supposed to be reacting bigger here. Because I don't know, that's funny, you know. I mean, I'm not cracking up, but...
Until she has nothing left. And she is gasping for oxygen. Panting even. Her deepest conversation.
Okay, but like, he's been broadcasting this for so long now. But if she's not in the mood,
Fantasies filled. And then, and this part's important, he disappears into the darkness, never to be seen again. I would be a platinum level subscriber.
his little voice. Subscriber.
You don't think I would have a VIP pass for Uber Cheats?
Uber Cheats. Okay, that's funny. Again, very well honed, well refined material.
Of course I would. Because what kind of person would I be to deprive my partner of their needs because I'm not in the mood?
You see how everyone's like, yeah, we got it. Yeah, we saw what you were doing 2 minutes ago, maybe a minute and a half. He's like sitting on his bench, he's leaning forward. You know, doing bug eyes. Can I say bug eyes?
And that's when I dug to the root of the issue. This story is not about a hooker. It's about what that hooker represents.
I see. Wait, the story of Wolf of Wall Street?
Injustice. Inequality.
Okay.
Fellas, we ain't laying on hooker rock. Hooker rock landed on us.
That's funny. Again, nice turn of phrase.
Because my wife is also supposed to meet my needs. But here's what I've learned. If I can't meet my wife's emotional needs, I'm a bad husband.
But if she...
And if my wife can't meet my physical needs, I'm a bad husband.
Yeah, I see why Redact didn't keep the whole thing in. That's a long, winding road. But it does actually align with the sentiment he was using other clips from this for. So I take it back. It wasn't in bad faith.
What the hell is that?
It was, I don't think, painted the whole picture, but he was right that this does reflect what the point he was making.
I can't use them same corny lines on her. All you ever want to do is talk me. It's like as soon as I step in the door, you try to jam your talk down my throat. What am I, just a mouth and ears?
This is really funny, but this is one of those bits, one of those jokes that you can pretty much like see it on the page. You know what I mean? Like as he's like giggling to himself and typing it up. Ha! Like it's very, very overwritten. Maybe not very, very overwritten, but there is a tinge of being overwritten to this. Where he's... I guess we would say like he sounds more convinced of this material than perhaps he should be.
Just a couple of holes for you to stick your words in?
Because again, a lot of it's very wordplay. Like you're trying to jam your talk down my throat. That looks really good on paper. It's funny too, but again, you can just for this last section of this last joke, you can kind of see it popping. You can almost see it where it belongs on the page.
If you're a marketer,
It reads like an old Twitter rant or something.
And to be clear, I am saying all of this as a feminist.
Oh.
Let's see what's so funny. Let me be
The dead silence, and then they cut. That is a different.
clear. I am not saying, ladies, that your husband should go out after this show and solicit a sex worker. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying
We get it. This is really a dead horse, my man.
is you should do it for him.
Oh, okay. Haha. Again, another clever subversion of expectation. We thought you were going to say the thing, but you said this other thing, which is kind of like it.
And not because he deserves it, but because you deserve it. Because like I said, we are both managers
'Cause you
at this
deserve
marriage.
it.
There are certain jobs we have to do. Well, ladies, I can't help but notice, once you get married, there is
Okay,
one job.
let's go back a little bit.
Because like I said, we are both managers at this marriage.
Right, okay, they're married because marriage is a job. Which, again, has a callback-esque nature to it. So it's, cerebral. You needed to hear that first part in order for this part to make as much sense as it should.
There are certain jobs we have to do. Well, ladies, I can't help but notice, once you get married, there is one job in particular you never seem to want to do.
Yeah, because he's been in a ton of marriages, you see. Oh, wait, no, he's talking about his wife.
More. You seem to think you're above it. And can I tell you something?
God, and again, this is just him, talking to his wife through a veil that he thought was safe. It's really kind of just a lot to swallow here.
You are. You have been promoted to wife. You're a manager now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do these entry-level tasks anymore.
For someone that's doesn't even consider it, and you only have to be loyal. This was really well thought out. You definitely put the time into this hypothetical pitch of yours. I gotta take all you know.
That is intern's work. Ask Hillary.
Oh, because Bill Clinton. Remember that thing? Monica Lewinsky. It's topical.
But here's the thing.
Oh, there's a thing.
The job still needs to get done.
See what I mean? This is so well thought out for a guy that would never even consider it. You've considered it. This is consideration, demonstrative consideration.
And you know what a good manager
And I'm not the only one who would see this and think that. I imagine.
does? When there are jobs that need to be done, but she doesn't feel like doing them. She delegates!
Again, more like kind of fun with words type of deal here. I think that's his closer. Let's see.
So I leave you with this.
Yep.
Ladies, prostitution is not your man having an affair. It is you outsourcing.
Again, more wordplay.
And that's how any company thrives. Yo, you guys were fucking amazing. I'm gonna go.
Okie dokie. Akaash Singh. Let's hear it for him. Boom. So good. I have thoughts, believe it or not. and I don't think anyone else has brought this up, so buckle up for a hot Critical Leaks take here. Akaash's wife raking him over the coals and doing everything, seemingly everything she can do to destroy his reputation, is retribution for the way Akaash presented her character to over 6 million people. There's not a doubt in my mind that that is, at least from the character that he himself painted and that which has been painted since she said all those things, we know that she is the type of person to be vindictive enough to hang on to this until she had a platform where she could swipe back. I don't think that it's awesome that it happened, but I now understand that it is Akaash's fault. It also explains why Akaash has just been like taking it, because he's like, he knows that he doesn't really have much recourse here. He spent 25 minutes at the beginning of his special talking about how crazy and unbearable and sick of her that he is. And then he closed his whole special being like, she doesn't fuck me enough. And because of that, I think that like hookers should be considered being brought in. And here's my very well thought out take on prostitutes and sex workers within the confines of a healthy marriage. Not like I would do that, but it's like, dude, anyone's gonna read into that. And yes, you're on stage, you're doing bits, you're doing characters, but the character of your wife turned out to be exactly the type of person you portrayed her as, which is either an unfortunate coincidence or, as I said, you totally fucking played yourself, man. Anyway, writing-wise, it's one of the stronger specials I have seen since the beginning of 2025. I think that it's far better written than almost anything else we've covered. I think it chops heads with Beth Stelling's first half, because it is, though it does lean kind of heavily on like wordplay or like turning a concept on its ear in a sort of silly way. First of all, I'm into that, and second of all, that's far less damning than what you hear a lot of other people, than the sins of a lot of his peers. Fake crowd work, which I don't think he's guilty of. I think he's guilty of contriving a situation where he knew he'd get the answer he wanted. But in the case of a special, like, that's totally excusable. I mean, depending on how far you push it. I don't think he pushed it too far. I give this fucking thing an 8. An 8. 2 buttholes. I like Akaash a lot more than I did going into it. I walked into this kind of expecting to be another, to be unimpressed or underwhelmed by another person who's just throwing some bullshit onto YouTube because his special is a big deal right now. Timmy No Break style, when he was like, making an artistic statement about when he tricked us all into giving him a bunch of ad revenue for bullshit non-special. Good job, Akaash. I am very pleasantly surprised. I'll be checking out more of his work and maybe even following the rest of his career more closely. That said, I don't feel bad for you anymore, man. You did it to yourself, my guy. But we've had a great time. This is longer than usual, but I enjoyed every minute, every second, every note. This has been Critical Leaks, and in the meantime, be nice. Some money? You want some money? Have a good one, guys.